welcome to the club.
My club are mental, aren't they?
21 is coming.
You're chatting gas. Embarrassing.
Off, ref!
Most toxic fan base in the world are Arsenal.
Liverpool, the worst champions ever.
Welcome back to the club, brought to you by Super 6. Biggest game of the season. Arsenal versus Man City. Huge game, lads. How are we doing?
Mate, not good. I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I'm nervous because I have a terrible fear that Arsenal are going to win the game. And it's troubling me.
I want Arsenal to win the game.
Why? Because you want
If we
them
end the
to win.
day with Spurs and Arsenal ahead of Man City in the league, that's a good day.
What? So if you had to choose the league winner out of Arsenal and Man City, who are you choosing?
Arsenal.
Because this could be it. We've just seen Newcastle drop points. We've just seen Liverpool drop points. Effectively, what we
Nobody
could be
wants
watching
four
here,
in a row.
But what we could be watching here is like a mini playoff for the league title.
Yeah, no, well, I don't think so.
No.
But
I mean, it's going to go a long way
it's an
to
opportunity
deciding
for
it.
Arsenal to get points to come top four. They're in a top four race this season, Arsenal. They are.
I don't think it'll
Nothing wrong
decide
with
the
that.
title. As we saw last season, Arsenal lost the title in games where they won against Man City. But an Arsenal win,
I've set them
puts
up
them-
nicely, doesn't it?
it doesn't. When you say sets them up nicely, it makes them seem like they're favourites. I still wouldn't make them favourites, but it gives them a huge chance because that's something they failed to do last season. So they'd be 3 points up in that regard on last season. But yeah, I can deal with Arsenal fans being Arsenal fans because you know the thing is, with or without a title, they annoy you anyway.
No, but
That is true.
No, but with a title,
They're just annoying.
No, but think about if you believe that Arsenal
We
fans
love you, really.
are annoying, right? That's them being annoying when they have gone 2 decades without us.
But do you want him being annoying? Because
Yeah,
But I've been doing it anyway.
Four in a row.
6 years, 7
Yeah,
years.
but what difference?
And they might win the European Cup, so we don't want 4 in a row and
but
2 in a row.
He's cocky. Also, he owns a decade anyway. Effectively, he's going to be cocky whatever happens.
Yeah.
So we don't need another. We don't.
We
need
have to be
another.
doing the club in 2040, lads. So let's all stick around for that. And then I'll be on the
Yeah, Man City winning it every season means
Yeah.
we're probably less likely to.
Do you think
do that in
Arsenal?
2040.
Are you worried today?
No, I'm really not. Until they show me a bit of quality, a bit of leadership in these games. Had they shown it in big games last season? Of course, they were fantastic. But we forget halfway through the season last season, they got 50 points out of 19 games. It's incredible. They were on course to get 100 points last season. They were incredible.
What do you think of the Arsenal team? So up front, which was the question on everyone's lips, they've gone for Trossard, Nketiah, and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus potentially on the other side.
Saka not in the
Saka not in the squad
even
at
though he
all.
was at the Emirates today.
I think Jorginho's the big one. I think he wants way more control in midfield. He realises that if Arsenal can keep the ball for 5 minutes at a time, there will be gaps between Rico Lewis, who's playing in midfield, not a right back, midfield for Rico Lewis, and Kovacic. It's a new midfield partnership. They've never played together starting such a big game.
So many goals in your front four, though. You know, when you think of the front four, which is Haaland, Alvarez, Bernardo Silva, it's just goals galore, isn't it?
Somebody who's on the left. I missed that as we were
Foden, was
talking.
it?
Foden on the left. I've missed that, but
Yeah, it looks
either
like
way,
Foden.
Look, I'll go through both teams for people at home that haven't seen the full teams. Arsenal have got Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko. Then we've got Odegaard, Jorginho, and Rice in the midfield with Gabriel Jesus, Nketiah, and Trossard in that team. They're missing Martinelli, and of course they're missing Saka. Gabriel Martinelli though is on the bench alongside Kai Havertz, Kivior, Reece Nelson, Thomas Partey, Ramsdale, Smith Rowe, Tomiyasu, and Vieira. So there are big absences for Arsenal, but it's just Saka and Timber who are missing for them. So they have got a pretty strong squad at the moment. City's team is Ederson in goal, Ake, Diaz, Walker, Gvardiol, Kovacic, Lewis, with Silva, Alvarez, Foden, and Haaland. Now, what do you think? We spoke briefly about your attack there, and that front four. Obviously, you'd imagine Silva would come a bit central as well when you're in defensive transitions. But what do you think? And definitely when Arsenal have you on the counter attack of Kovacic and Lewis in that midfield, because let's say you get caught with Alvarez and Silva and Foden and Haaland up the field. Is that enough with Rodri missing?
no, it's not. But I think he's banking on the fact that if Kovacic is a little bit light in the challenge, which I think we can say maybe he is, then Rico Lewis can cover. He's playing 2 defensive midfielders to cover for the fact that Rodri could do the whole role by himself. So I think Rico Lewis has got the pace off the ball to press and to work hard. I think Kovacic is a very smart footballer. Kovacic won't be losing the ball.
No.
So that's how they kind of balance each other.
Do you think that Rico Lewis is the correct selection for that position because ultimately games, I think it's fair to say, are often won in the midfield. The midfield battle is so integral. Now look, Rico Lewis has never let Pep Guardiola down. That is also fair to say. However, you're playing him out of his natural position in a game of this magnitude against the European Cup winner in Jorginho, against a very good midfield.
Who are the alternatives?
Is Rico Lewis up to this?
Well, Calvin Phillips isn't an option. He doesn't move the ball quick enough.
He's
He is
certainly
for
an option.
Southgate, quite clearly.
That's just down
No,
to
but he's
squad,
an option, isn't he?
Numbers.
Hang on, Spook.
So
I
it's
don't think you
Phillips
can,
and
you
Nunes.
can't present it like that. He is an option. He plays for your club. He is an option.
Yeah, he's an option, not in a big game. Unfortunately, he's not. He played against Newcastle. When he started that game, he for 3 starts in a row for City, spread across a year, he's lost all 3 starts. So he can't be starting against Arsenal, Phillips, with all due respect to him. And then
What about Nunes?
struggled against
There's
Wolves.
Bob as well. I
Struggled.
thought you lost the game against Newcastle, but I thought Bob was impressive.
Fantastic. But he's a right
obviously
winger.
unlikely to start in this game.
Yeah, but really
as well.
exciting talent. I think. By the way, Alvarez will drop into midfield. Phil Foden will tuck in as well. There's a lot of protection around there. So I think if Rico Lewis can just get on the ball, keep it simple. It reminds me of Chelsea when he started against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. I think it was in the FA Cup against Potter. I think it was about that game. And Rico Lewis just got the ball. He doesn't lose it. He moves it so quick. First time out of his feet, bang.
But it's certainly a step up, isn't it? It's all very well starting against Chelsea in the Cup firstly Chelsea under Potter at the Etihad.
Different.
This is away at Arsenal in the Premier League in what I think is
And you're missing
now
those
a
key
must-win
players,
game.
which is
Yeah, I
he
think-
normally plays with Rodri and with De Bruyne.
And
and that.
from an Arsenal perspective, it's all very well talking about City and their brilliance and what they're going to do in the middle. But if you're an Arsenal fan, I think you have to be looking at this as a slightly more vulnerable team than we're used to seeing from Man City. And this is your opportunity to win. If you're an Arsenal fan, if you're Arteta, okay, so, we can focus on Bukayo Saka if you want. But basically, Manchester City are without their 2 linchpins in Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri, and they're playing a very inexperienced player in central midfield. That should be an opportunity for Arsenal to go for the jugular here.
I think Guardiola will look at Arsenal's midfield. I think has been guilty of being a little bit slow at points. I don't think it fires the ball quickly enough into the front 3. And Jorginho's culpable of that. I'm not saying Guardiola knew Jorginho was going to start this game, but their midfield can be a little bit slow, a little bit cumbersome. And I think their front 3 looks a little bit disjointed. They're not the free-flowing Arsenal of last season. No. So I think what Guardiola is basically saying is, we'll bypass the weakness in midfield that you've correctly kind of observed. Let's just get the ball straight into Alvarez, see if we can nick a goal.
See, I
think it's a bit counter-attacking.
The other thing is, when you think about Arsenal's strength, I think often is their midfield. When you think about their midfield options, if they pick what I consider, and I think most people consider to be their best midfield, to basically not Kai Havertz. I think they have one of the best midfields in the league, arguably in Europe. I think their best midfield on paper, I think, is Rice, Partey, Odegaard.
That's amazing.
It's about as good as you can get, really.
Amazing, yeah.
So that midfield...
Is that the managers right now, though? Do you know what I mean? Like, we can say on paper, that's a fantastic midfield, but has he played that? Has he had the
no.
Again, he might not have had the opportunity.
there's Partey's injury, isn't it?
Partey's injury.
Yeah,
But when Partey was playing, Partey was at right back.
And that was a mistake.
Yeah,
that was
a mistake.
weird.
Like,
that
so
was to
is the manager
accommodate,
kind of
wasn't it? That was to accommodate other
changing
players.
and going away from.
Well, I think what he's done playing Jorginho. I think ultimately it's going to be a masterstroke, or it's going to be the reason they lose the game. You've got to think Jorginho is a player that I've never really warmed to. I think he's a quite good bloke, but I don't think he's a particularly good footballer. He is vulnerable. He is the reason that Arsenal didn't beat Tottenham. He is the reason. He got caught in possession. He was completely responsible for that moment. And I think as much as Jorginho could be the reason why Arsenal play well and potentially win, I think he's also the chink in the armour. If you're Man City, if you're in that Manchester City dressing room, you're going to be saying to Rico Lewis, on this bloke's touch, because he dawdles on the ball, he likes to have an extra touch, he likes to see what's going on in front of him, take his time, retain possession. If you can catch him, that could be the moment, because you win the ball in a really dangerous place and off you go.
Yeah. I think Arsenal lack that outball as well. I know they've had a few injuries and obviously Saka's a massive miss. But I look at Trossard against Lens. I don't know if you guys saw that, but a couple of really bad misses. And he's a player that can be hot or cold. And in these big games, has he delivered for Arsenal? Yeah, I know he's only signed less than a year ago. But I look at that out. What's that? Where's the Drogba for Arsenal? Where's the Rooney for Arsenal?
But they don't have that. They don't have that by choice. They don't have that by choice. Their strategy is we don't need
Yeah, but spread
Drogba.
betting.
We need
Spread betting.
4 Drogba. We need we don't need 1 Drogba. We need 4
quarter Drogbas.
duds.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But City had that system. We had Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Gundogan all playing false nines. And then guess what? Guardiola, I think he's a couple of years ahead of Arteta in terms of his approach to football. Anyway, he said, actually, we need a big lump up front, Haaland, Alvarez. We went back to traditional number 9s. So I don't know if it works.
I think you could. You spoke about Trossard starting this game there, and like ideally, Arteta doesn't play Trossard in this game. He plays one of his key players, the Martinelli Saka's. But in overplaying Saka and Martinelli, and in playing them in games where you think, even last season, there were some games they played in Europa League, Sporting Lisbon, etc.
Yeah.
You go, why are those players playing? Shouldn't they have got a rest there so they're not unavailable for this game? So you could question maybe his.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's true. I think of course you need to protect and insulate. It's all very well starting your best team, and I think that's a very basic way of looking at football. Not necessarily the wrong way, but it's a very basic way of looking at football. But you also have to protect and preserve and insulate your key players. And I think Bukayo Saka in particular, I rate Martinelli very highly, by the way. I know he didn't start the season brilliantly, but it's a class act. You have to nurture your young talent. And I think that Mikel Arteta has made a mistake there. And he is partly responsible for the fact that he doesn't have Martinelli or Bukayo Saka in his starting lineup. But Arsenal still have to win the game.
They have to win the game. And Arsenal fans, I was with Robbie yesterday from AFTV, and he was saying all the best players in the world, the best players, they want to play every minute of every game. He actually referenced Ronaldo at Man United. He almost started all his games for Man United.
What they want.
Exactly.
What they want is irrelevant. Their desires in this is completely
irrelevant. But there are
irrelevant.
Arsenal fans saying actually he should just play every single minute if he's fully fit, and players get knocks all the time. And I was like, mate, you're 3-0 up against Bournemouth, who've just got smashed by Everton, so they're enough inside, with all due respect. And he played till 92 minutes. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. When Saka comes off, usually it's like 88th minute.
Yeah, for
it's
a standing ovation. It's for a standing ovation. Although, in
point?
Fairness, that's about 25 minutes before the end of the game now, isn't it?
Yeah. But still, it is a weird. You do worry about. Well, I don't. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but you do worry about players these days with the amount of games, especially like international level. So many international breaks. They're now making them more competitive. Some of these international breaks, with like the introduction of the Nations League and stuff. Then you've got like all these tournaments.
Look, rotation is key.
Like, it is key to, especially when you've got such big squads nowadays.
Yeah, and I think the other thing with Arsenal when talking about why didn't they rotate more, to their luxury and to Arteta's credit in the transfer market, they do have options. Like Leandro Trossard is an excellent player for certain games. Bournemouth, for example, Leandro Trossard is a fantastic option. I think that Kai Havertz, as much as I don't rate him, he was signed. They've tried to play him out of position. He could certainly lead the line against Bournemouth. Yeah, you have to make the most of your squad, and I don't think that he's done that. And
that comes down to a lack of managerial confidence, in my opinion, because I think Guardiola played Rico Lewis again against Chelsea. I think Chelsea in the league straight after that as well. That is a level of confidence in your ability to get a performance out of players that are unknown. If Arteta's feeling a little bit, I'm under pressure here, I have to play all my best players all the time. There's a lack of confidence there somewhere. From the manager.
I think that's big money on Kai Havertz. To me, is
it's looking a mistake.
Like you could have got a strike. Maybe they've got plans to get Tony, and if so, fair enough. Wait till January.
No, but it still doesn't make whether they sign Tony or not. It doesn't make Kai Havertz a good signing. Like it still needs to be viewed.
I'm on about the perspective of they should have spent that on a striker.
Yeah.
If he goes, we always plan to sign Tony in January. You go, all right, cool. Whatever.
Okay, but still beg the question: why did you sign Havertz?
Yeah,
he's not a midfielder.
That's still a question.
Not a midfielder. Yeah. Actually, if they are going to sign Tony, it makes the Havertz one even weirder.
Yeah.
Because
makes him redundant.
Signed a striker who isn't a striker.
Yeah.
100%.
Who you see that isn't a striker. It's very weird. But this is going to be huge. I think Arsenal. Is this fair to say? Do Arsenal have to win this game to be considered in a title race? If they lose this game, do we have?
Hasn't last season shown that? No.
Why not?
Because last season, I refer to it. I know
they didn't
earlier
win the league, though, Ed.
If
Arsenal won the league,
but
last
had
year,
they beat West Ham, and who was it? Southampton.
The belief wasn't there because they lost to City.
Did last season not show that they could lose against City twice and still potentially win the league?
No,
but they didn't have
they
belief.
built up a cushion. They built the reason that they got in themselves into a very privileged, admirable position is because up until the World Cup, they built up a cushion, and then I think they were 10 points ahead of City going into that World Cup. And then they came back off the World Cup. Obviously, Gabriel Jesus got that injury against Cameroon. Everyone went, "Oh, they're in trouble." they preserved their 10-point cushion over them until what, March? That's why they could That's why they could do that, because they weren't dropping points to Tottenham at home. They weren't dropping points to Fulham.
And by
at
the
home.
way, that 10-point cushion they got, they didn't play City because obviously the Queen pass and that delayed the game, and then the World Cup delayed the game. So they never played us in 2 games. So once they actually played real opposition, guess what? They lost all 3 games against us last season.
Badly as well.
You're bang on. You're bang on.
They didn't need to beat City to win the
but
league.
mathematically, you're spot on. But I think for their belief in that young squad to think, yeah, we've beaten City.
But maybe, they didn't. You're saying, I know you're right. But you're going, they didn't need to beat City and they could have still won the league. Yeah. They didn't win the league. So they needed to beat City, didn't they? If they'd beaten them, if they'd taken 6 points
and I
off
suppose
City...
beating City sends a different message to your fans, different message to your dressing room, your squad.
Mate, you beat City, you don't drop points to Southampton. You beat City, you don't drop points to Southampton at home.
West
You
Ham,
beat
Liverpool.
City, you don't... I'll tell you when I thought Arsenal were like the real deal. Do you know, there was a moment last year, I thought that they were really good and they were looking like they were going to win the league a long time. But do you know when I thought, oh my God, they are actually going to win the league. This is title. This is title form. This is a statement victory. This is the best managers that you can think of, the icons, the Jose Mourinho kind of performance, the Jurgen Klopp kind of performance, the Guardiola, the Alex Ferguson. This is it. We were together. We were watching Arsenal go 2, not 1, but 2-0 up in a title run-in away from home at Anfield.
Anfield, yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
What's going on? They're 2-0 up early as well in the game, if I remember rightly. You're like, okay, that's title winners.
Yeah.
And they didn't win the game. So you're going, they didn't need to beat City.
Yeah.
I think if you do beat City, maybe you don't then drop, like...
It changes belief.
It changes everything.
Momentum,
Yeah.
Definitely. Defo. Look, what's your predictions for the game? Because Super 6 obviously is based all on predictions. Remember, we've got our league. And by the way, download the Super 6 app. The code for our league is Club23. And listen to this. We are about 100 away from 11,000. So please do us a favor. We want to hit 11,000 on this stream, and download the app and join our mini league. Now, up until Liverpool conceded the second goal against Brighton today, we were in with a possibility of someone winning that $250,000. It isn't going to be won this weekend, which means $250,000 next weekend, $250,000 next round. So make sure you're downloading the app, Super 6. It's free to play. And these are some of the most popular predictions for today's game.
That's right. The most popular prediction is a Manchester City tight 2-1 victory. So the majority of people who are predicting this score, this game, are suggesting that it will end 2-1 to Manchester City. You have to go down as far as only 9%, which is the 5th favourite scoreline to find an Arsenal win. So the most popular scorelines are Manchester City to win the game 2-1, the game to finish a 2-2 draw, the game to finish a 1-1 draw, the game to finish a 3-1 Manchester City win, and then we finally get to
That's
an
crazy. I thought, where's Social Media FC when you need them on Super 6?
Because they can't. There's jeopody here. It matters.
Yeah,
There's a
so they have to be
£250,000.
serious and think,
They have
actually,
to
we're
be
not winning
serious.
this.
There's a
Yeah.
£250,000
I like
at
that.
stake,
Yeah.
thanks to Super 6. And let's remember that you can win that £250,000 without spending a single penny. So the Arsenal fans who often give it a big one online, they have to take this
So
very
you're
seriously.
saying there's millions of people, hopefully a few of them join our mini league, and millions of Arsenal fans slagging us off on Twitter, saying Arsenal are going to win everything this season, but on Super 6 they're being realistic and saying,
Go.
I think City are going to win this.
In fact, while we're
Makes
talking
sense
about
to me.
this, can
All the
you
Arsenal
please
fans
join
might be that
our
9%.
mini league? Will you please join our mini league right now? That would really help us out. It would be an honour to welcome you into our mini league. All you have to do is go onto your app store, download the Super 6 app. It will not cost you a penny, and join the club's Super 6 mini league. The code is Club23, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much.
At the end of the season as well, we'll be taking on pitch side in a big match, which is going to be set up by Super 6. And if you win our league, you'll be in our team. So go on, head over there, join the league, and get involved. Now, we're not far from kickoff. 8 minutes to go. Lads, score predictions for this game. Buvey, are Man City going to beat Arsenal?
Yeah, I said 3-0, mate. I said 3-0.
Oh, you think it'll be that easy?
Yeah, Why not? Knock the ball around. Keep it simple. They'll shit themselves in the final 20 minutes. The Arsenal fans will start booing and or leaving early and go to Gale's Bakery. It's their choice. But either way, they're losing the game.
Nothing wrong with a bit of Gales. I
Will
spend a lot
Gale's
of my
Bakery
life.
be
I spend a
open
lot of
at
my life
half
in
five?
Gales.
I like it as well.
Oh yeah, the one on Upper Street. You can walk there 10 minutes. 10 minutes from the Arsenal.
What do you
Yeah,
get from Gale's Bakery?
Oh, it's just
Mate,
like...
lovely.
Oh,
Mate,
it's
they
delicious, man.
they do some fantastic stuff.
Any
Granola, lovely granola,
Yeah, oh, mate.
lovely coffee,
any
velvet,
sweet pastries?
velvet
Yeah, the whole
like
thing.
coffee.
The whole thing, man.
Any
Not,
sweet
don't,
pastries?
I don't
want.
really have a sweet tooth. Can't say I have much of a sweet tooth. No.
I've always thought, lads, and this is just between us three and everyone watching at home, I've always thought, I never trust anyone that doesn't like apple crumble. I've never trusted anyone that don't like apple crumble for me. It really prangs me out. So, no, honestly.
Adam, what's your prediction for this fixture?
I'd like to see Arsenal win it, but I think Man City will win it, and I think it'll be comfortable 3-1.
I like that.
Unfortunately, they're just the best team in the league, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And then you look at Arsenal missing Saka,
The
missing
thing is, so
Martinelli.
if you don't think Arsenal win today, and I don't think I do either, but if you don't think they win today, when do they win? Like, law of averages suggests that they're going to win one, and I think this is as vulnerable a City team. Remember, they've lost 2 out of their last 3 games. You know, they won in Europe.
Yeah.
They beat Leipzig in Europe, didn't they?
Yeah.
But apart from that, they got launched out of the cup by Newcastle and got
Not
beat
launched.
up
It wasn't
Molineux.
launched.
Well, it was launched.
Well, it's a big word.
It was
for you.
launched.
No,
It
it's
was-
hyperbolic.
it was
No,
li-
no.
no, it
We
was
lost in the cup.
Launched.
No, we didn't get
It was
launched.
picked up by the scruff of your
Getting
neck
launched.
and
Yeah,
launched.
No, launched is Sheffield United losing 8-0 to
Launched.
Newcastle.
No. You got
like Jazzy Jeff
PSG
on
got
Fresh
launched out of
You got-
Newcastle.
you had-
The PSG fans got launched
Uncle
onto the
Phil.
Eurostar.
No.
Jazzy
City
Jeff.
fans just went
Out
back
the
to
door.
Manchester and enjoyed the rest of our other
You got
competitions we're
launched
in.
out of that and you got slapped by Wolves at Molineux. Launched them,
Yeah, you
slapped.
lost against Wolves.
We got
That's
nudged
what I'm
by
saying.
Wolves.
This is why Arsenal have to do it
We
today.
got nudged by Wolves and delicately placed back in Manchester by Newcastle.
No, neither are accurate. But okay, just help me predict. Help me get to my own prediction. In fact, can you at home in the comments help me here? Arsenal, the law of averages suggests that they've got to win one. Right, they have to beat City at some point. They haven't done it for donkey's years, so potentially it comes. This is a vulnerable City team. We've seen them lose 2 out of the last 3 games, so maybe that taps into it. The injuries that Manchester City have. No Rodri, no De Bruyne, playing a kid in midfield. Surely Arsenal do it today at home, or they never do it.
By the way, Rory, we've got a little... By the way, I totally hear you as well. We've got a little treat for you today. There's a new feature on Sky where they've got a new camera.
Right.
A new camera
I'm
called
skeptical.
Game Mode. Is it called Game Mode? Game Mode.
Right.
And we're going to watch it with you. So we want you to judge their new camera. They've probably spent millions of
This
pounds
is it.
getting
It
this
looks
set
like a
up.
very normal
This
camera
isn't
thus
it.
far.
It's when we're watching the game. It's when we're
brand
watching
new.
the game.
Game mode.
Brand new. They spent millions on it, and you're going to judge it
Mate,
and review it. Today.
Somebody's not playing with a
GoPro.
yeah.
GoPro.
No.
Remember player cam.
Is someone doing that? Yeah. You could just watch one player. That's so weird.
No one's wearing GoPros. We assure you.
'Cause I don't want to
Rory.
watch that. I really don't want to watch that.
Football will be gone when that happens, isn't it? How long till are we away from that?
From what?
It's
People
fairly
wear
soon.
GoPros and that.
Theo Baker wears it a lot.
We're there now, basically, aren't we?
Look, I don't want to watch it through any other lens aside from the traditional one.
Well, we're not. We're using an ultra
We're going
wide.
to use game mode today.
Who do you think you are? The King of England or something?
Well, it's not my choice, is it?
Well, look at you.
If it's my choice, we have no VAR and nothing, just be a standard football game with a few fans watching it in the
This does
ground.
look
but
a bit
this is
weird,
where we
actually.
are.
It's slightly out of focus.
This isn't the
this
camera,
is-
it's just their normal
This
camera.
is weird.
Shout out to Sky cameraman. Nothing to do with you, mate. It's just Rory. You guys do a fantastic job.
It looks a bit
The colour on
shaky.
Yeah, it's a bit
the
like
grading on this is a bit
grading.
weird.
Then now it's back to normal. Yeah, these guys got to make sure the grading's spot on. All right.
Yeah, it does look a bit.
The lut's off, innit? The lut's off, lads.
Mate, all you got to do is swipe. You get a different
Rico
filter.
Lewis just looks like a child, man. It's mental.
He's
And
19 years
playing
old
for
now.
the treble winners.
No, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
And if you ask any City fan, by the way,
Why the air
we
hostess
won the
is stood by
treble
the
because
toilet?
of Rico Lewis.
Why not? Why not?
Why?
Yeah, but why not? It's at the
They're
Emirates.
sponsored by an airline,
Yeah, but I suppose they're not.
aren't they?
You're going to give them a hot towel in a minute.
Yeah, they're gonna go give someone a
Hot
little bit
towel,
of champagne
glass
and
of
orange juice.
juice.
What's that called when you mix them?
It's called is it Kir Royale?
Well, I've never heard that.
Never
before,
heard
but
Bucks Fizz.
That's the one.
Bucks Fizz.
I
They
think
won
it's
Eurovision.
Because I can't
They
drink
did.
champagne.
Mate,
know
that's amazing knowledge. That is so, he actually did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spears, they
God.
did. How on earth do you know that?
Mate, I've
Were they
got
a
some
Scottish
crazy
band or
knowledge.
something?
No, I think they were.
It's like the last time we won it.
Yeah.
There's one in the 90s, I think, isn't there?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's way
80s.
back. Yeah.
Maybe 70s. No,
Yeah,
80s.
80s.
Early
There's a
80s.
period where England would never get points in it.
Nil point.
Nil point.
Nil
All
point.
the time.
Probably something to
I
do
think
with
that's what
that
fashion.
Arsenal.
political?
That's what
Yeah, it's
Arsenal are
always
going to get
political.
today. Nil point.
Always political.
We had
No, it was
Engelbert
majorly
Humperdinck once.
majorly.
Remember that a few years ago? Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah.
Humperdinck.
Yeah, Engelbert Humperdinck was our guy.
Fucking weird, man.
Is
We
he
had
the
a-
fella that does Vegas and that all the time?
Who
Yeah.
else did we have?
Yeah,
Was it Sandy? Who did we have? Who sings with? She doesn't wear shoes when she sings. Sandy Shaw.
Oh, yeah,
Who is
I
it?
don't
I
know.
can't remember.
Doesn't wear shoes.
Who's the
Doesn't wear
bloke? Who's the
shoes.
bloke with the massive mouth that won? Nearly won. He's got like he's sing. You know,
Will
long
Young.
hair.
Daniel from X.
Will Young's too good for Eurovision. He actually won Pop Idol. That's the Champions League.
Could you not
Eurovision's
just
Europa
send
League.
Ed Sheeran or something?
No, you're not allowed.
Got to sort it
they,
out.
they have to be like amateurs.
Didn't Jordan do it? Didn't Jordan?
She auditioned.
Prize,
She
Jordan.
auditioned.
Yeah.
She auditioned.
Her and Peter Andre did a whole new world.
Peter Andre.
The pair of them did. The pair of them did a whole new world.
Mysterious Girl, mate, is one of the
Do you remember,
greatest.
do you remember
songs
how,
ever.
mate? He was so funny. Do you remember when he
Baby
did that?
girl.
Yeah, totally. No, do you remember when he did that thing and he was like, "You know what I've done? I've just come up with a new word." He's like, "I've come up with a new word."
Yeah.
He's like, "I've taken the word insane and I've taken the word mania and I've come up with a new word. It's called insania."
You reckon someone went with that?
Peter
Come
Andre.
up with the word chill and
Yeah.
relax. Mate,
Yeah.
relax.
Wow.
Yeah, Peter Andre.
Married to Jordan. Imagine that.
Married to Jordan.
What a sight.
She's married to someone else now and
No,
she's getting
ma-
divorced.
She's married to that
Again?
UFC fighter.
No, that's not her.
She was married to a UFC
No, that's
fighter.
not her. You're thinking
Nah,
of.
she's-
she was.
She's had a lot of husbands.
But she, one was a UFC fighter.
No, you're thinking of.
He was.
You're thinking of the Brazilian girl.
No, there was a UFC fighter from
There
Britain
was, yeah.
with a
Yeah,
broken nose,
cauliflower ears
from
and
Wales
that.
or something. Yeah, I don't know.
No, you're wrong.
Mate, you don't know what you're on
He
about.
weren't UFC though.
He was a UFC
he weren't-
cage
no, he was
fighter.
a
Cage
MMA fighter.
Fight MMA.
Yeah,
He went to UFC
that's
fight.
fine.
Fine,
See
fine.
MMA.
That's
no.
like saying he was
You
a
didn't even
Premier
know
League
Now I know.
footballer.
You didn't even know the difference, mate.
That's like going to
You
the
didn't
Premier
even
League
know-
footballer, but he played Sunday League.
He played Sunday League. Premier League footballer played Sunday
Yeah,
League,
yeah,
mate. God. Yeah. Do you Katie Price?
No.
You a fan?
Do you remember that era when she was with York and she used to turn up at all the United games?
Yes. She. Yeah.
That was a sad time.
She's a horse rider.
There's so
like-
many jokes that could come from that.
She genuinely is a horse rider. She likes dressage and all
When's
that.
the last time she went horse riding?
Yesterday.
How do you know yesterday?
How do you know she didn't?
How do you know she went horse riding yesterday? That's a
Because
big
she
statement.
goes horse riding
I
a lot.
assume no one's done anything unless I know about it. I don't. How would you know she went horse riding yesterday?
She doesn't take a saddle either. She loves it bareback.
She does horse ride.
No
That's
comment
not a
on
joke.
that. Well,
It's called dressage. It's a very
Dressage.
elegant sport.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
be a good
sport.
jockey.
Until Katie Price
Me?
got involved.
You'd be a good jockey.
I wouldn't need a stepladder to get on because I'm 6'4".
You would be a good jockey.
You often get called a jockey, don't you?
A disc jockey because I've got great music taste.
I'd be a good jockey.
The fella's name was Alex Reed.
Yeah, he's on Big Brother.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
he used to.
They're bringing that back, Big Brother.
He used to. I know who you mean, though. I'm not saying any more about him. I
Why
do
is
know.
that? He's on Big Brother though, wasn't he?
He's on.
Yeah. They're bringing that back.
Big Brother.
Yeah, Big
Well,
Brother's back.
I've got a mate
They
working on
need to bring
production.
Davina McCall
Have you?
back.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
camera stuff, and I saw the setup and
Yeah.
all that. It's amazing. Well, not
Yeah, they've
amazing,
rigged the
but-
house now, haven't they?
Yeah.
The old house in Boreham Wood, they knocked it down, which is a
Did they?
shame.
Yeah.
That's the one I worked on.
There was an era where, like, I remember when I think I was in like year 7 at school. Big Brother was the thing. Watched it every day.
Mate,
Johnny and Kate.
it was
Lawler and all that.
unbelievable how big
Craig
it was.
Phillips,
Do you know what? I remember when I was we're underway here.
Nadia.
Mate, I went to Edinburgh to do a play, right, when I was an actor. We went up to Edinburgh for the festival. Chelsea played Wigan first day of the season, way back. You might remember it because Hernan Crespo scored like the most world-class goal in the last kick of the game.
Did you
Paul
have a
Jewell,
grey kit on?
And the
we had a black
kit.
kit.
Yeah.
We had a black kit. Hernan Crespo, mate, pulled the ball down 90th minute, cut inside, left foot, top corner. Unbelievable, right? Absolutely outrageous. I was in Edinburgh, desperately trying to find somewhere to watch the game. Every pub I went in, they were like, "Oh, we're not showing it. We're showing the Big Brother final."
Oh my god.
It's like, that's how big it was
Yeah,
in the
it was-
country.
it was
though.
No, it was massive.
That's how
It was
big
massive.
it was. They weren't showing the football; they were showing it.
If you were on Big Brother, you were a celebrity for a long time, and if you won it, because if you look, that Kate Lawler's still got.
Yeah, she's on. I see her.
developed a great
I see her
career
at
out of it.
Talksport. She's on Virgin.
Yeah, she works
She's on
radio.
Virgin.
and
Yeah,
stuff,
she's on
innit?
Virgin. Yeah.
Balls off, you fucking idiots. The ball's
It
off.
was 100%.
Why is there another line there? Am I
literally 100% on the pitch? You're
Am I
looking at
double vision
You're
or
looking
something?
at the manager's
you've
dugout
got
line.
two
It's like
lines.
it got a new
No,
camera.
you've gone mad.
It's because of the new camera.
You've gone mad.
The camera's moving a lot, innit? It's giving me
It's not a new
vertigo.
camera, by the way.
It's giving me vertigo.
That's a pass.
That dotted line isn't the pitch. You don't
Is this
take a
camera
throw
right,
on
lads?
from
This
there.
camera's wrong for me. It's moving. I'm getting vertigo out here. Look at the camera's moving all sorts.
Hello.
Let's give it 10 minutes, lads, and we have to change
I
the
like
channel.
this camera.
Can we give it 10 minutes
No,
and have a
I
vote
like
on
it.
it? Yeah,
What's
but I'm getting
different?
vertigo.
I don't even
vote
know
on
what's different.
Yeah, but I'm getting. Yeah, it's moving.
like
You can see it moving up
staying
and
at a
down.
certain height, and it's just
It's like that. It's doing that.
Oh yeah, very clever.
It's like FIFA.
Very clever. Pointless, I'd say, but clever. Have
I
Arsenal
like
touched
the
the ball
cameras
yet?
La Liga use.
Seriously, 137. Have Arsenal touched the
No,
ball?
they're getting schooled like they do every year.
This is at home. 100%.
I really want Arsenal to win this. How have you
can't.
made me want
They're getting
No, you
Arsenal?
can't.
schooled
What are you
every
doing?
year.
Come on, Arsenal.
Mate, they win this, they
They
win
have
the league.
PTSD every time they play City. They're shitting themselves every
See,
single
Arsenal
That's
game.
filth.
That's a foul.
That's
The
gotta
Arsenal
be.
fans, we're together. Me and you.
That's like a yellow card then. What are we doing then?
It's not a yellow
Can't
card.
yellow
See,
card.
No. Why?
First foul
Oh,
of the
apparently,
day.
according to you, it don't matter. According to you, how
That
many
wasn't a
streams have
yellow
we done where you say it don't matter? Should be letter
Yeah,
of the law.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
said
it wasn't,
that
it wasn't
yeah.
a particularly vicious foul.
Yeah, but in my opinion, that's a yellow card.
Well, in your opinion, is wrong. Yeah, but it wasn't a particularly filthy. Gosh, they still haven't touched the ball.
So,
2 minutes.
They're getting schooled.
so
Look at
confident.
this.
So
Look at this. And
confident.
phone will drop into midfield, dominate the ball.
They
Look at that.
still-
Spray it there. Spray it
Even when
there.
they accidentally mess up, they keep it. It's innit?
If I was
They're shitting themselves.
If I was Arteta, I'd just go, right, let's just defend. Let's just...
Yeah, but he can't do that. He's put himself in a corner where
Keep
they
it
have to be the most
0-0.
ambitious, progressive side.
Arsenal started well
they
here.
put themselves in a corner.
Started, you mean to go on, lads?
It's no, innit?
They never touched the ball. Where
But if they get the
You never
Like,
know, though.
with
This is mental. They
the
haven't
way
touched...
we've beat Man City in the past is
There we
playing like
go.
this,
Arsenal
and
on
then
the ball.
hitting them
2
on the
minutes,
break,
47 seconds.
getting that ball out wide quick.
Yeah, no, that's the way
know
to
what I
do
mean?
it. That's for sure.
So keeping it compact isn't the worst idea, especially early on. You
Let's
don't
see
want
what
Man
they do.
City getting an early goal and then you
Ramsdale not play. Ramsdale's actually dropped, isn't he?
Ray's ball out.
Ray, a
lost
lovely
the
pass
ball
there.
already.
Ramsdale wouldn't do that.
Oh,
Do you think the leap from Ramsdale to Ray is big enough to
To
Cause
justify
all
doing the issue. Yeah, yeah.
disruption?
but
No.
I don't think they could sign anyone else.
No. I don't
Like
think.
Raya might be better.
Yeah, but is he big
But-
enough to
Mate,
disrupt
it's
your back
exactly
line?
like City. It's Shea Given, Joe Hart when there was a little debate for that.
Nah,
Both
Shea
decent
Given's
Premier League.
so much better.
No,
than
but
Joe
there was
Hart.
yeah, but Shea Given was declining. That's,
Okay,
you're right.
At
You're right.
that
You're right.
stage
He
of
was
their careers,
32,
maybe,
33.
yeah.
I don't think Ramsdale. Look, I don't even think the point of this is Raya better than Ramsdale? The point I think is why disrupt your back line, cause these headlines for a player that even if he is better, it's only fractional anyway.
And
Like
like,
Ramsdale was
you
in the
need to- you need to
Ramsdale
make
was in the
marginal
Premier
wins.
League Team of the Year last year.
I've had that debate. Yeah, with certain Arsenal fans, and that don't make any sense to me. Because he's not better than
Foden
Alice. He's
crossed
not better
it
than
in.
Alisson.
Oh, off the
the
line by
line
Declan
already.
Rice.
That was an
Who
amazing.
was that on the
was
back
it
post?
Diaz?
Ruben Diaz.
Diaz, I think.
Haaland fits
Oh,
it. He's missed the sitter. 6 yards out. He
Nathan
won the
Ake.
flick
It was
down.
bouncing high.
From
That was
Erling
hard.
Haaland.
Stupid. He has to score that.
hard.
Don't be
It's
stupid.
bounced quite high.
It was a
How
half
you
volley.
defend
It was
that?
a half volley, Rory.
Be honest. If
Let's have a look. I'll have a
mate,
look.
if Gabriel Jesus
Can I have
missed
a
that,
look at
you'd
the
be saying it
replay?
was the easiest.
Yeah, because he's a
Why-
striker.
Okay, let me look at the replay. Then I'll adjust my perception.
gotta score.
That's hard. Yeah, that's a hard finish.
What?
Wait, what?
It's a hard
you said,
finish.
yeah, you agreed with me, and then you
Still
went,
hard
Great
finish.
effort there from. It's
Vardy.
Oh, they're all over the
Do you
place.
know what? If Nketiah had touched that, he'd flick it in. Lovely touch from Haaland.
Because he hit it first
He could have
time.
hit it first
What
time,
a
mate.
touch from Ake.
And it wasn't even
You know what?
hard.
He's hit it with his ankle, like,
Yeah.
span it. You got to score that.
Got to score.
Good touch there by
Very much
Trossard.
my range there. I
Gabriel
pinged that.
Jesus has lost.
You wouldn't get to the back post. You have
very
to,
much
you have to
my
do some
range.
running to get to the back post.
Now, he would have been in front of the goalie in the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
Trying to
Got
get
it,
his-
got
trying
it.
to put the keeper
Deflected
on
it
it or
deflected it off,
something.
mate.
Yeah.
Great start. I'm actually quite enjoying this camera view. Look at it. We're in and out.
I
It's
don't
like
know,
we're
I'm
a bit
getting
trippy.
a bit seasick here.
No, you've got to see.
It's like
this
being
is
on
the
the
thing.
ocean. It's like being on the
Bottle of
North
rum
Sea.
to warm me tub.
Yeah.
That song was a banger back in the day, wasn't it? That's a life for me.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
A
with
sea
backwards
shanty?
arms,
Yeah.
backwards
Was that in the
over
charts, was it?
Irish Sea. No, we used to
C16.
sing it in school.
Oh, right.
I get my Guinness to tickle my tum. That's the life for me.
Oh, we sang about rum. Not
I think it was rum, and then I get my Guinness.
You had the
tickle
second verse.
my... Yeah.
Oh, we only had one verse at our school. We lost the second page. And you were there just sitting
Yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Camera angle, mate.
Yeah. Dressed up like Smee.
Yeah. I used to go to Roman Catholic school, so we used to have to sing like Catholic songs and that as well.
Yeah, same.
Loads of them.
Did you have rosary beads
Jesus
and all
love
that?
was bubbling over.
Did you have to have rosary beads and all that?
Nah, my nan had loads of them.
Right.
'Cause my nan was like a
Proper Catholic.
proper staunch Catholic lady. She used to take
my
me to
mum's
church
like
and that.
I walk in my mum's house. She starts like launching
Yeah, holy
water on me.
Really?
They have the
Where did you buy
Holy
that?
Mary at the front with the little dish.
Yep.
You just
Where did you
touch
buy the holy water from?
It's normal water.
Lords.
It's blessed.
From
You can
Lords.
do
So you get a thing to come over, a guy to come over.
Mate, a priest can bless.
it. Yeah,
a tap
priest
water.
bless water, but a lot of
Yeah.
people have. Whenever
can go-
someone
if you
goes
go
to
to
Lords,
Lords,
they
you
bring
bring it
some
back.
back.
Right.
And a candle.
And a candle. Yeah.
Me and my nan loved going to burn a candle.
Blessed be thy womb.
Oh, is your church called?
St Mary's. St
Mine
Mary,
was St. Francis.
St Mary
My
Magdalene's.
school as well.
St Mary Magdalene's in Willesden.
Oh,
And then I went St. John Wall. All I went to was Catholic schools. But I liked it.
I'm loving this game already.
He played very well. Great
Yeah,
start
I
as
like
well.
it, I like
One
it.
off the line, sitter missed by Ake.
Oh, I should have scored that.
No, it was a hard chance.
Scored a
though.
great goal in the FA Cup. Remember, it was our first stream, I think. Remember that? 1-0 City.
Nathan Ake.
Yeah, on his
1-0.
right foot.
That
cuts
game
in on
was
his right
bad, wasn't it? It was one of our first games.
Yeah, I think
we
it was
started in
it was the
January
first game.
19th.
What was the game?
No, it was the second game because our first game was a 0-0.
No, we have.
Man United Chelsea.
I think we
No,
had
Chelsea,
0-0.
Liverpool, 0-0.
Liverpool, yeah.
Oh yeah, Mudrik's first game.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes. Basically,
Wow, he's
with that,
done
we
nothing.
started with Mudryk.
Yeah, Mudrik's career and ours are
This-
aligned.
Does that mean
Yeah,
he's
but this
part of the
channel
club?
actually's gone somewhere. Wow. He's
Mate,
achieved nothing since the start of this channel.
Are
We've
you
now
joking?
we've got a channel.
Have you not seen the goal he scored against Fulham, mate?
Mate, I don't know where did he pull that out of?
Mate, it was just an amazing goal. It's an
Grading
amazing
change.
goal from an amazing player.
The grading changed again.
Grading.
Yeah, it's changed again.
Yeah.
See,
Can we change the
don't
camera?
even match.
Haaland.
Oh,
Look at the
Saliba's
camera.
shit
It's like,
himself.
where are we at now? The North Sea.
Yeah, this
Good one.
camera's changed.
Jack, can we change the channel? Do you mind, mate? Is it possible?
No, leave it
Give
on.
it 4 more minutes.
Leave it
10
on.
minutes. Oh, come on,
I
man.
like it.
I like it.
I'm watching my side.
Yeah, yeah,
We're not
outvoted.
watching. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not watching.
outvoted.
Yeah,
We're not watching
Democracy
Shithouse
on the
United,
club.
are we?
It's a democracy.
Scrape a win.
over here.
Democracy, yeah.
Yeah, but Jack is a City fan, so it makes it 2-2.
He's watching a game on a different camera.
No, he's not. What are you watching, Jack? Yeah,
He
same
loves
thing.
it, though.
2-2. Make it a 2-2
He
draw.
loves it.
Let's change half time then. It's like come on, C or something.
See,
I can't do it. There we go. Jesus attacking now on the right flank.
if he beats him and shoots,
Oh, he's very predictable, isn't he, Jesus?
good player.
Yeah, good player,
Very good player.
decent player.
Good player. Undoubtedly good player. Like, non-negotiably good player.
Apparently, we got the champagne and orange juice thing wrong. It's called a mimosa.
Yeah, mimosa.
Mimosa.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No,
that.
I'm sure. What's a Bucks Fizz, though? A Bucks Fizz is that as well,
It's a
isn't it?
Scottish drink, Bucks, isn't it?
Ah, Bucks Fizz is
Bucks
champagne.
Fizz
orange.
is
It's like a cheap champagne, like Lambrini.
Yeah, but what's in it? What is in Bucks
lemonade and vodka and orange juice. That's what I'm guessing.
Fizz? Well, champagne. Bucks Fizz is an alcoholic cocktail made of 2 parts sparkling wine, typically champagne, to orange juice.
Oh,
That's exactly
yeah,
what I
you're
said.
Sparkling
So I was
wine.
completely right.
You're right, yeah. Mimosa, my art.
Do you know where the best sparkling wine in the world comes from at the moment?
Where?
Kent.
Really?
I'm not even joking. Kent.
Based on what? Whose opinion?
It's,
Like critics?
it's in the wine.
In the wine
it's
world.
the wine section and Times.
So you read the wine section in the Times.
Rory was saying that, like, I am exposing myself the more this sentence comes out. Also in the box here, that's a good possession. Odegaard on the edge of it is giving the ball. Who's 20? Jorginho.
You can tell it's Jorginho because it's a slow, unadventurous pass.
Here we go. The big ball. Here we
Oh,
go.
Great pass to Ben
Offside.
White. Offside.
Terrible.
you know when that there is my worst thing. You know when a player has the same view as a linesman?
Yeah.
Like the linesman's looking across the line like
yeah.
you. How are you offside?
Does Ben White?
Hang on, he's
Also,
not
he's not
offside in
offside.
fairness. He's not offside.
He's not offside.
He might
So
be.
people were offside, but he wasn't
That's
offside.
horrendous decision.
Yeah, it's another one.
Yeah.
They're shite. They're all shite.
And also, what happened to giving the advantage?
Yeah.
Serious
Well,
tan on
it don't
Ben
happen.
White.
Yeah, does
That's
he fake
not
tan?
real tan.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
Wait, why?
Sancho Pay.
Presumably,
Then again, he could get a sunbed, but do we still consider that?
no,
fake?
you can't get sunbeds. He won't be getting sunbeds. I don't. They're really not healthy, are they?
Yeah, but putting
footballers
cream
do a
on,
lot of things
putting orange cream on your face for football.
I don't
match
think
ain't
he's done
healthy,
that
is it?
either. I just think he's been on
no,
holiday.
He's not that natural tan. He's always like that.
Booking.
He's fake tan. It's autumn. The leaves are falling off the
No, but
trees.
it's boiling. Look,
Yeah, I
We're in
know,
the Carl
it's-
Courts.
Yeah, but I have to in there because there's no ventilation,
No, but you're in the Carl Courts because boiling out.
and there's no
Yeah,
ventilation.
it's 25 degrees in October.
Yeah, it's
25
ridiculous.
degrees in October.
I think it's global warming, lads. I'm
don't
not
know.
sure if you've thought about it, but for me,
but it's freezing through
It's
the
global
Some
summer.
might
warming.
say those climate protesters are bang gone.
yeah. Me and Rory are lying down in the street next week, aren't we? We're lying down the M25.
I'd like you to go and lie down on the M25, in fairness. I think you should do that. That's a good idea. You go and have a little kip on the M25, mate.
My thing is, I'm going to go to the Mona Lisa and throw some paint in. That's my thing.
Oh, dear.
So that's all right with you?
Oh, dear.
Be like
Go
Michael
to Les
Scott
Mis.
when he goes outside in a fur coat.
Oh.
All right, you know what? They got some balls, haven't they?
Yeah,
People that sit in front.
Did we get Greta Gerwig on the...
Because you know me. You know, if someone told me to move
Greta Gerwig.
5 times, I'd probably move.
Thunberg. Did we get Greta Thunberg on the podcast?
No.
Chat about Swedish football? Zlatan and all that.
Did you see Zlatan's sort of rant about Pep Guardiola?
He has one every year.
But did you
Yeah,
see he was speaking to Piers Morgan, and he was basically saying about Pep Guardiola how he challenged him and he parked his Lamborghini or something in front of his office. And you're like, Pep Guardiola, since this incident, has gone on to arguably become the best manager ever.
Mm.
Doesn't that make your decision
I think that's
slightly...
a way for Zlatan to showcase an ego and a character of, I don't care who you are.
Yeah, but he's
But
wrong.
why does he have to do it now he's retired?
No, but he's
Piers
wrong.
Morgan,
No,
why
he-
does he have to do it now?
Well,
Like, why does he have to keep saying
keep
these
himself
stories?
relevant, innit?
Yeah,
Probably got a
but-
book coming out. Or something.
No,
Yeah,
but-
maybe
but
it's
His
that,
book's
yeah.
really good, to be honest.
No, but
though.
what I'm trying to say, and probably getting it wrong, but say you're a player and you challenge a manager, and that manager goes on to become a bit of a laughing stock. It kind of makes you correct. So say you're a Chelsea player and you come out and you said that you really challenged Graham Potter. Oh, Frank Lampard, whatever. You've come out and you've challenged. When that manager goes on to kind of get sacked from 2 or 3 other clubs, it makes you right.
Yeah.
When that manager goes on to become possibly the greatest manager ever, almost certainly the greatest manager of his generation, it makes you look wrong, even more wrong, doesn't it?
Well, even Guardiola as a player
Yeah, but
has
it's
a
not
better
about
career
that.
than Zlatan.
It's not about whether who's right or wrong. Zlatan has always been an individual.
It's
He's
just a
always been
statement. It's
Yeah.
doesn't- right.
anti kind of what everybody else like.
He's
you know.
not on Guardiola's level.
No, nowhere near.
He's nowhere near.
And that's been proved now.
Oh, he's a better
Guardiola-
player than Guardiola.
What were their different positions? Guardiola won a European Cup.
But he's a better player.
Zlatan, what? Yeah, is he?
Was he
Yeah, he was a better
definitely?
player than
And
Guardiola.
do you know what?
He's
How
a much better player than Guardiola.
How good
A different
was Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
He's been one of
Really?
the best strikers in the world for most.
It's like saying who's better, Rio Ferdinand or Wayne
But
Rooney.
he
I mean, they're
didn't-
different. They're completely
He
different
didn't
positions.
he didn't half get longed off by a lot of clubs. And when
he
he
was
left,
also very successful at most of
but
the
when
clubs.
he left, the clubs generally went on to better
Yeah.
things.
Inter Milan won the
Inter
treble
Milan
when he
won the
left.
treble, and
Barcelona when he left.
But
I'm not. I don't know enough about him.
he
to-
also
to-
went to AC Milan, and AC Milan had nowhere near the league title back end of his career.
Yeah, but that was
Yeah.
that was
That-
when he was. That's
it was a
like
big
when he went
part
to
of
Man
that.
United, isn't it?
But even early on in his career, you look at his career at Ajax, Juventus.
What's his biggest performance in European
AC
competition?
Milan? He was there originally, wasn't he?
Can you give me like a big semi-final, final goal in Champions League football against a big side that like you just think, wow, that's the moment.
Well, he played his
Did he
peak
have
years for
that?
PSG, didn't they? And they didn't really
PSG didn't go anywhere.
perform in the
Is that where his
Champions League.
peak? Is that where his best football was played? Paris Saint-Germain.
His peak was
His goal record for PSG?
his peak was AC Milan before he went to Barcelona. That was his
AC
peak.
Milan pre-Barcelona.
AC Milan
Also,
after
he was,
Barcelona.
he was
After.
ridiculous for United before he got injured.
Yeah, he
He
was.
had a
But by that
horrific
point,
injury.
he
You're
was
saying he's a great
35,
player.
right?
He was amazing.
By that
horrific
point, he
He
was
was
35.
amazing.
Zlatan has been.
That goal against Bournemouth for his first goal. You know,
Zlatan-
remember that?
Zlatan
No,
is
but the
ridiculous.
finish,
He had a
25
fight.
yards out.
He had a fight with
Much
Tyrone
really,
Mings.
really.
Did he? Oh yeah.
He had a fight with Tyrone Mings.
Yeah.
Tyrone Mings, no,
They elbowed each other. They had a proper thing.
no, but
And he
then
went back and did that.
someone stamped on someone's head though.
Yeah,
I think Mings stamped on Zlatan's head, and then Zlatan elbowed him up.
Yeah.
Zlatan's goal against us. Remember that
Mm.
little scissor kick thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No, Zlatan's class.
but was he? Yeah, but there's an argument.
He's a he,
Was he a
Yeah,
great?
that's
was
what
he
I'm
a
trying.
great?
That's what I'm trying to establish.
He wasn't Samir too great.
In his era, how highly ranked would he be in his era? Would he be top 5 of his era? Top 10?
Strikers.
Yeah,
Top five
in his
strikers.
position.
Top
Comparable only
15.
to his position.
Top 15.
I think there's been a lot
15?
of.
Yeah.
I think a lot of his career, he's been top 10 strikers in the world for most of his career.
Yeah, that's fair. Definitely.
For
Top
most
10.
of and
10.
consistent as well. Like if you look at all the strikers that have been and gone in that period as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
and Zlatan's just been
Just
consistent,
consistently there.
always there.
He wants to manage.
But
doesn't
he's
he?
a
not
leader
quite,
as
not
well.
quite the player that he positions himself as.
I
No,
think he
I
is.
agree.
But the way
I
he
agree.
positions himself
No, I
is like
think he
Lionel
is.
Messi.
I agree.
Okay, yeah, if you look at it from that, but then you don't have to be a Lionel Messi to be a great player. You know what I mean? We kind of get caught up in that.
But what I'm saying is, you have to position yourself the way that he does. You have to be Lionel Messi, the only person I think
Nah.
who can really speak about themselves in the way
Looking
that
back in the day, people
speaks about
used to talk
himself
about
in
that.
the third person.
Ronaldo and Messi
I don't
can
mind
say
that.
like that.
speaks about himself in the third person. Lionel Messi doesn't do that.
Yeah. Once you start doing that,
I think it also becomes a bit of a character, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that as well.
You know, like how Roy Keane will always
Plays up to the miserable thing.
Yeah, a little bit, like, you know what I mean?
Sake, man.
Yeah.
But I think Zlatan's
Well won.
an elite striker throughout his career.
Elite.
Elite.
Oh, it's a fucking
I just thought it was very not interesting, but just
And I don't mean that because of his period. I think before United.
no,
like,
he was great
I
at
just
Man
think it's
United.
really odd that he's so challenging towards towards
no,
Pep
because
Guardiola.
because if you look at Zlatan, everywhere he went in his career, he was wanted, he was loved, and like you know, if you look at you mentioned he left Inter and they won the treble, but Mourinho loved him. Like he was loved at Inter Milan, he was loved at Juve, he was loved at Ajax, he was loved everywhere. Parma did he play for? Like all these teams loved him. It's only Barcelona where he went to.
Oh, what's that?
Raya has just been closed down. Arsenal were trying to do that thing where you play out from the back. Raya didn't realise that Julian Alvarez is one of the most brilliant pressing forwards in the world. How did he not know that? Because I knew it.
He's way too close to the pass.
Oh my God!
He's way too close to
Mate,
the pass.
that could have ricocheted
He's
anywhere.
Alvarez has actually
He's got too
tackled
much on
Raya.
it. He's got too much on it. If he got half of it on it, he'd ricochet that into Erling Haaland's path.
And the tackle from Alvarez has sent the shot into the side netting. That was so.
Aaron Ramsdale clapping that.
They keep cutting to Ramsdale for the last
What
3
about
weeks.
that performative thing, where he was clapping?
Oh, that was embarrassing.
Clap now.
And then his dad called me a dick on Twitter. Did you see that?
That's right, though. No, in fairness, his
He's
dad-
nailed you there.
Do you know the dad doing that? I feel really sort of sorry for him.
Everyone go retweet that, by the way.
I feel so sorry for him, don't you? Like, just in terms of he's just defending his boy, and I rate it. But
Oh, yeah, I
it's
love
also, but accidentally, he's doing his son no favours.
Yeah. You should
Nah,
be
there's nothing
pandering
wrong with
to
that.
me. No one should be really
Aaron
replying
Ramsdale,
to me.
Premier League footballer, earning hundreds of thousands of pounds, millions of pounds. The father, one of the pitfalls of being one of the best goalkeepers in the world, which is what he is, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, population-wise.
Yeah.
Right, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. One of the very few pitfalls to being that good and earning that amount of money and having that kind of privileged lifestyle is Buvey can call you a div and you can't do anything about it.
Just devil's advocate here. And I don't mind it at all. I love it. In fact, Ramsdale's dad, tweet Buvey every week, please.
No, I rate it from the dad. I just think he's not doing his son any favours by accident.
But is there not, like if we spend time criticising or critiquing people and players, is there not room for a reply, even if it comes
There
from
is,
someone's
absolutely.
family?
But it wasn't a reply. It wasn't a considered, measured.
it wasn't like-
When your
an
son's
insult.
under pressure, it's
wasn't-
really bad.
no,
He's under pressure. Ramsdale's under pressure
But
because his
also,
performances don't mean he starts for Arsenal
What the
anymore.
father didn't
But
do.
wait, also, kids kind of have, like, I haven't got children, you have, so different. But and again, I'm putting you in a position you can't really appreciate. But if your daughter did something professionally and people were critiquing her, you might not reply, but it's still
No,
great.
it was great. I understand why he did it, and I back him for doing it. This is what I'm saying. I think I rate him highly for it. He's showing nothing but loyalty to his son, which is exactly what he should be doing. But he isn't doing his son any favours by calling Buvey a dick.
Does it impact? Does Aaron Ramsdale even know it's happened?
I think he does, because I think Aaron Ramsdale's very across social media from our.
He's done a various
from our
podcasts.
understanding.
He watches the
flagging me
club.
off on a podcast,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
He watches the club.
I just don't think he'll help it. Like,
Look, shout out to Aaron Ramsdale. There's nothing wrong with Aaron Ramsdale. He's a solid
do-
Premier League keeper. He should be playing for Everton. He should be playing for Aston Villa, Everton. I've always said he's a
His
solid
dad
player.
calling him a knob has worked because now
But-
he's right up his ass.
But what I'm
He's a
saying
solid-
is,
he's a solid
you know, if
keeper.
Buvey calls you that, if that happens, one of the pitfalls of his privilege,
you're
one
right.
of the pitfalls of his privilege is, in a way, I've been called all sorts of things this weekend, right? I've been like really hostile
Deserve to do
comments
so.
because I don't like desserts in restaurants. But
Or
the
short
worst
lunch
thing
time.
that could happen is, the people who have been like mental hostile about it, like really, really aggressive, really hateful. My grandmother would be furious with anybody that said what they said to me. But I don't even reply.
Yeah.
So I really wouldn't want my nan to be
That's
animated
true.
about
That's
it.
true. That's true.
You just have to. I said it. I'm fortunate enough to be sat here with you. One of the things I have to take is people will call me names because I don't like pudding.
Yeah.
One of the things that Mr. Ramsdale Senior has to take.
Yeah, that's true.
I imagine that his mortgage has been paid off and everything's great, right? The one thing he has to take is Buvey might slander you, your son.
Yeah.
And do you know what he could have done?
It's a
If he
high price to
do you know
pay.
what, Booth? If you say he really wanted to do something slightly conducive to his son's, or even slightly just more on point. Say rather than saying "you dick," which is effectively what he said, right?
Yeah.
Say he'd replied to you. How would you have reacted if he'd actually written a considered message. Hi, Buvey, you have a privileged position. You have a voice.
Yeah.
What you're saying about my son is
I
neither
think-
necessary nor kind.
By the way,
I'd rather you didn't do it.
And your comments about the sweets thing last week, the dessert thing, that people slagging you off, calling you a CUNT, that's wrong. But what I said, I didn't say Aaron Ramsdale's a CUNT or F this or F that. I said,
What did you say?
I said it was embarrassing that a professional keeper essentially was clapping.
Essentially.
I'm paraphrasing. I don't exactly remember what I said. It was embarrassing.
It was about the clip of Ramsdale
Yeah,
clapping.
he was clapping like that, but he was doing this. He was clapping like that.
No, it was
he was clapping like that. It was
performative.
I said it was performative. It was embarrassing. He's meant to be the Arsenal keeper. He's not good enough. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So you don't need to reply to that because it's true.
You don't need to reply to it.
Deep down, as a father, you know that's fucking true. Your son was embarrassing. Your son's not good enough for Arsenal. Take it on the chin. Take 150 grand
That's
a
why his
week.
dad should reply.
But he's right. No, but Buvey's right because
Your
also,
son's on 150 grand a week kicking a ball around. You don't even do it anymore because he's not good enough.
he don't even do it anymore.
No, but if Buvey was just going,
Oh wow.
this guy is
Hang on, there's no pressure. That was shoddy defending there from Arsenal.
Is that Guardiola?
Yeah.
What a ball from Guardiola there.
if
Back
Buvey
out.
was just being malicious and uncalled for,
Yeah.
then I kind of see the thing and just ignore that. Like, but Buvey's not being that. So it's kind of like you're just responding to a pundit in it, and like that is what he said in it.
But he just said,
yeah,
if he'd
not-
replied, say he'd replied to Buvey and gone,
He's
"Hi,
proven
mate,
your point."
Hi, mate. The reason why Aaron was clapping is because he wanted to show support, and maybe it was performative. But again, he has an audience, and he has to perform to a degree and let the world know that he's supportive of the signing of Raya. Buvey would have been left speechless. Buvey would have been left looking very embarrassed, in fact. If he'd taken
No, I would have
away-
had a reply to that equally as witty.
Did you reply to it?
No, I
retweeted
think I
it.
just liked it.
retweeted.
No, I didn't
Liked it.
retweet it.
That's good,
I
that.
just liked it.
By the way, Bernardo Silva's just been booked for winning the ball.
Yeah, that's where we are at football. That's where we are in football.
That is where we are.
Disgusting. I'm glad you had the conversation so I could tune out of that because that was getting right, grinding my gears.
It was grinding his gears.
Yeah.
His gears.
Did you see the sending off for the kid Sunderland Middlesbrough yesterday? He went out to the ref. He said, "What the fuck's that about?" For another
Yeah, I
decision, he
did.
got sent off.
I did.
Yeah.
Did you see
These
mate,
refs are running wild, ruining football.
Did you happen to see?
Ref's gone
Did
wild.
you see any? Did you see any of the Birmingham West Brom game?
No,
Have you seen?
thankfully not.
Have you seen the penalty? Oh mate, you say thankfully
Yeah.
because the most ludicrous penalty.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching that game Friday night, mate.
Oh,
the
rare.
Birmingham, the West Brom penalty. The bloke slips, takes the ball. It's like the most ridiculous penalty I've ever seen given.
They're shocking. aren't they?
Yeah.
Does the
Did you also
championship need
see, mate? Did you see Merson versus Mike Dean?
Yeah.
Do you know? What I
But
thought?
that what Mike Dean said was like Paul Merson overreacted maybe, but he was right.
He didn't know.
Who was right?
Paul Merson?
Yeah.
How can you go? Or are you just gonna bring it back? Like, what do you mean? Just bring it? Like, what was it? What did the phrase he
Yeah,
used?
he's
He was basically made it like
for the sake
like
of
it
it.
was just
For the
said,
sake of
for
it.
the
Let's bring
sake
it
of
back for the sake
What do
of
you mean
it.
for the sake?
For the sake of football, for the sake of millions of people around the world that watch, that love
Yeah,
Spurs,
for the sake of
love
it.
Liverpool.
It's painful,
It's
isn't
like
it?
someone
It's
going,
actually painful.
Calm down, mate. It's not that serious.
No.
Wait, what are you on about, bro?
Yeah. What are you on about?
what?
It's-
2 months ago, he went onto a podcast saying that he didn't do a decision because he
because
wants to
of his
protect
mate.
his mate.
His mate.
He's a coward. He's pathetic. He's everything wrong with football.
Yeah. And do you know what else I thought was very slippery? I feel like it was positioned that Paul Merson maybe went over the top,
Yeah,
or Paul
yeah.
Merson lost his temper.
Yeah, because
Paul
Simon Thomas went to him, calm down.
Yeah,
What do you mean,
that
calm
snake,
down, bro?
that Blue Peter snake. Yeah, I don't care. And by the way, I love Simon Thomas. Yeah, he's a great presenter on Blue Peter, doing all the paper mache and all that. I love it. But when someone condescends you like that, when have we've had so many arguments, us three, haven't we? We had so. Imagine I said to you, you're slagging off Rory about Man United. I said, Adam, calm down, mate, calm down.
Yeah.
Mate, I'd expect you to lob that tang at my fucking head.
Yeah.
I don't care what you
You
say.
get tangled.
You can say,
You
you
get
get
tangled.
tangle me all you want.
Yeah, no,
but if
mate.
any of us say that, calm down, I'll lob this table across the room. Oh, I can't believe he said that to Paul Merson.
Yeah.
Who's Simon Thomas to talk to Paul Merson?
I know.
A league winner, one of the best players of his generation.
Yeah, undoubtedly true.
You
Undoubtedly
can't
true.
talk to any of them.
An elite level player, Merson.
I'm laughing because you're
You're
so
right.
You're
Blue
right.
Peter
What you're saying,
presenter.
Yeah. No, you're completely
You're
right.
making stuff out of cardboard boxes.
Give Connie Hook his job, I say.
For real.
Mate, it was ridiculous. Because also, is his responsibility in that situation? You know, Simon Thomas in that exact moment. That's what we want to see. We want to see a referee challenge by somebody who's passionate, who knows about the game.
Calm down.
You know when Merson went to him,
Dickhead.
this is why you can tell that people haven't played the game. This is how you can tell that you haven't played the game. And you think, Merson is so right. Merson is saying everything that every football fan believes.
Yeah.
Merson is articulating every football fan watching the show's opinion. This is perfect. The The
He was like that,
arbiter.
he was like that, he was like-
Calm down.
He was like doing that. Calm down.
Sorry, this
No.
is what we want. Yeah. No.
Honestly, no, it pissed
Nah,
me off.
Buvey's right. Buvey's right.
There's everything wrong with everything, like in football.
That was wider than we thought.
Yeah,
It's
that
his
nearly went
camera
out.
angle.
That one nearly went out for a throw.
You know what? They can't use this camera angle for VAR, because this angle.
They can't use any
is
cameras for
terrible.
VAR. They're idiots. They get it all wrong. Fucking hell, man.
And Ketia is that?
Oh, he's no good.
Smash that.
He's
Mono
no
as
good,
well,
man.
didn't
He's waiting for a throw-in. Look at that. He don't get his foot around it.
he? Just
mate.
hits it straight.
Everyone's telling me he's good enough for Arsenal. He's nowhere near. If he gets on the plane to Euro 2024, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it.
We know who will be on that plane.
Who's that?
Calvin Phillips. Lewis
Yeah, but that's
has
different.
been
Yeah, but there's no
snapped.
one else.
There is a lot of.
Rico Lewis should be getting on the plane.
No, but I think that could happen. Do you think Rico Lewis ends up playing midfield regularly? Is he a midfielder?
Yeah, I think there's a world he does. Yeah, there is a world.
That could be the answer then, because Southgate obviously feels like we need more defensive cover.
It's funny.
Despite having the most brilliant attacking players.
You know, it's so ironic, isn't it? Because for 6 years, all my mates at Liverpool say, "Oh, Trent, he'll pop into midfield one day, and that'll be the rest of it. It'll be that history's
Mate, do you
written."
remember when he did it against
never
Malta
played
and
in-
everyone went mad?
Yeah, exactly. You know, Rico Lewis
You
is
could
ahead
do
of
it
him.
against Malta.
Pardon?
You could do it against Malta.
Well,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, the fact that he did it against Malta and everybody, like the
Yeah.
publications, like radio shows, everybody was like, "Well, that's the answer."
spraying
He's
the ball
played
around.
against Michael Mifsud.
Against a plumber at left back.
Yeah.
We had Kevin who owns the hotel there at centre half. Do you know
If
what I
he
mean?
wanted, he would have heard that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We had him at centre half. We've got Trent spraying it around. He's on 250 grand a week.
Yeah.
Behave.
Yeah, I think he
But
played
Rico
there.
Lewis is ahead of him. Rico Lewis is actually a proper option in midfield. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Malta. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. The reaction to that, played quite well against Malta. Well, there's the answer then. That's going to do exactly that.
That'll help us beat France.
You know when we play Brazil, you know when we play Argentina, and you've got a midfield of like Enzo Fernandez and McKola and whatever. What you need
Oh,
to do
fucking
is
foul.
just get Trent Alexander-Arnold in there.
How
He was
was that?
brilliant against
Fucking
Malta.
foul, man.
It's a foul, mate. You've got to grow up.
Fuck, you were going on about
Buvey,
the
calm
Maltese
down.
Falcon and all
Calm
that.
down.
Fucking hell.
God, that Buvey.
Come on. Oh,
That's it.
don't book him then.
That's a red
Let the
card.
game flow.
Is that completely nobbled his ankle?
Yeah,
there?
Mate,
Yes.
he might have to
That
go
could
off
be a
there.
red
Hope he
card
does.
there, you know.
They
Off
go
your,
off.
off your pop, mate.
You might have to get.
Oh.
I take that back. if
That's
he's
a
actually
horrible
injured.
tackle, you know.
I take that back if he's actually injured. That's the camera. look.
Oh,
Why would you doubt that he was injured
Has he
off
booked
the
him
back
again?
of being?
Well, I would for Arsenal. They're very soft, a lot of these Arsenal players.
that's a horrible tackle, that, you know.
Oh,
It's like orange in it. It's not a red, but it's
This
a bit-
Being VAR'd.
it feels more than
it's not.
it feels more than a
8
yellow.
minutes.
I'm telling you.
More, mate, he's gone.
That's a red, you know.
Gone.
That's a red card, mate.
He's
You
gone.
know what the
It's not a
thing
red
is?
card. It's not
It
a
is,
red
it is in the
card.
action of a genuine tackle, but
Checking possible
it's
red
a,
card,
it's
serious
a horrible
foul play.
foul.
Do you think that's going off or not? Off or not?
Not a red
Is he
card.
going? Yes. Quick.
I think that's
yes
a
or no?
red card.
Red. Is he going or not?
Yeah, he's going because it's the way
Chat.
the world is.
Is he going? Yes or no? I think he's gone.
I think
This
that's
guy's
a
a
red card.
coward,
I
man.
think
Who's
VAR
this, Mike
sticks with
Oliver?
the
The guy's a
the
coward.
referee's decision.
gonna
He was
let you
part
know
of the
what
problem
the
at
chat
Spurs as well. Part of the problem at Spurs. What are you doing then?
Based on
not-
Curtis
Do
Jones,
something then.
Not red.
VAR.
Yeah, you
not.
fucking
Of
twat.
Arsenal.
They tried. They nearly did it. They nearly did it. The twats. Why check that?
No.
Do you know what? If they check it, then I actually want them sent off. Then, if you ruin the game for that,
No,
send
no,
them
no,
off.
see,
Then.
you got
Have
to
some
do it again.
balls.
No, you got
Have
to
some
do it again.
fucking balls.
No.
No,
That's good that you
dickhead.
can check something and not change
No, it's
your
not.
mind.
They should never check it anyway.
No,
It's
that's
if
good.
you're,
That's
I've
VAR being used
refereed one
properly.
game in my life. I referee a Sunday league game once.
You'd be a terrible ref.
I would.
Yeah,
No, I'd be
terrible.
good.
No, you'd be
No,
terrible.
you would be able to follow
No,
the game because you're not fit enough. I'd be able to go up and down the pitch.
You give some shit.
Mate, it took you 2 days to run a marathon. Don't talk to me about
bring
fitness.
that up? Why'd you bring
just
that up?
cussed my fitness.
I hit the wall, man.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to hit?
Mate, it's sub
sag
4
me up?
hours over 8 hours.
I'm going to give
sub
it another.
4 pro 8.
I can't wait till I beat your time. By the way,
You'll never
But
do that.
I will beat.
No,
I
you'll
will
never
beat
do
your
that.
time.
You
But
will literally never
Here's
beat my
the
time.
reality.
Sub 4.
They ruined the
You're going to
game
have to
for
shave
that.
4 hours off your time
Get
to
up
beat
then,
me.
you cheating bastard! Get
Nah,
up then.
he landed on the
Mate,
ball. He
Stand
landed on the
this
ball.
side, man.
Mate,
A cheating, diving bastard.
You're going to have to
Wait, is he
shave
giving it?
4 hours off of your time. To beat my time, you're going to have to shave 4 hours off of your time.
Yeah, well, I'm getting inspired because the
that
kid
is a foul.
yesterday got the world record yesterday for the marathon. Brand new world record.
Mate, if you land on a football, I'm not convinced it hurts.
No,
No,
bro.
don't
Of course,
no,
it
Landing on a
does.
football
not
doesn't
these
hurt.
modern
does.
Doesn't
footballs.
hurt. Nah.
Maybe a
Modern
meter, maybe
footballs
a mighty
Why does
ball.
football hurt?
What's it called? A mighty ball.
Mitre.
Admirable.
Mitre. Amazing.
You'd get
Admiral.
winded
Admiral.
landed on that,
No,
bro.
you would. You would. I'd be bouncing up. I wouldn't even go
You need
over.
muscle. If it hits your bone,
mate,
because
the
you're
abs,
quite,
man, the abs. You've got to
you
be
need some muscle
rolling
here,
out on that little roller.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Because you're just ribs,
No,
aren't you?
I'm not having that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That would never hurt me.
He got fouled
Never.
Yeah.
and
He landed on the ball.
ball.
Got landed on the ball. He fell over and landed on the ball.
Unless you land on your, on your.
All right, sorry, you two are double hard, innit?
Yeah.
Fucking
I'm
hell.
hard as nails, mate.
Me
Jesus
too.
Christ. You know,
BS4,
getting winded
baby.
has nothing to do with
BS4.
how hard
Come
you are.
at me.
It could just happen.
Oh, what's he doing?
Quite
Patted it down.
composed. Quite composed. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was easy.
Quite
He's like-
composed.
Did you see
He's
Alisson
got
make a
a
mistake against Brighton today? Terrible
All right,
keeping.
so let's get a ball and you two jump on it.
Easy.
Yeah, we can't do that for
Just on
content.
your ribs.
What, is this your idea
I'm
for
a bit
getting
busy.
views
I'm
on
a
the
bit
channel?
busy at the moment, mate.
Yeah.
I've
No,
got
because I
something to
can't
do.
We've got
believe-
sponsors.
I can't believe you lot are saying,
I can't believe you think that hurts.
I know it hurt.
What,
'cause it
landing
happened
on a
to me.
football?
Landing on a football.
Yeah.
You're all right.
You're all right, mate.
But I thought my rib was broken. for a
No,
second
but
when it
you're all
happened to me.
ribs.
Yeah, but are you,
You're all ribs.
you need a bit of muscle. They're called
Yeah.
obliques. You need
Yeah,
your
you need your
muscles.
obliques. man.
Obliques,
You need to be
yeah.
doing the twists. The bicycles.
Can't do that at the moment. My back is finished, I feel old today.
You need to get into some
You need
yoga,
to be
mate.
doing the old Russian
Hot
twists.
yoga, yeah.
For real.
They got it on Netflix now, yoga. That's
Have
my
they?
thing, my fear. I don't want to go.
Get move on with it.
That's
Take
what
it a throw
randoms
on for 2
watching you
years.
and that.
With who?
Just randoms watching you and that.
I'll
No,
do
but no
it.
one does. Everyone. I
No one's
started
watching
doing
you.
yoga.
Everyone's doing their own thing.
It's great, mate.
I'll do a lovely one.
Be like
In,
Richie,
in Primrose
Richie
Hill, it's
April,
called Exhale.
downward facing dog.
That's yeah.
You know.
I'll go to a lovely one. You can come with me if you ever want to go. It's in Primrose Hill. It's called Exhale Pilates. We can go together. Very nice.
You're going to
You
have
could
a
do-
queue of
you could
people
do
now
it-
waiting
you
for you
could do it-
outside.
You do it in a- you do
Your
it in a-
fans are going
you do it in a
now they know where
really
you are.
you do it in a really hot room. It's
You
called
should
Big
have said
Crab.
that. You should have said where you're going. So you
But
heard
I'm not
that.
saying when. What are they going to do? Camp
Mate,
out.
Tony Soprano wouldn't tell where his location is. You can't be telling your location.
Okay.
You know.
I'm trying to think of a way to.
That was a
promote-
joke. He doesn't go
That was
to
a joke.
Primrose Hill.
Primrose
of course
where?
he don't.
Never heard of it.
He goes to Stratford.
Stratford. It's called
Yoga Stratford.
Yoga Stratford. It's great.
Yeah.
Bikram Yoga Stratford. See you there.
Yeah.
Why have my face popped up on a freeze frame? Why is Jack?
He's using that for a meme.
What are you up to over there? Using it for a meme.
A lot of people in the chat are saying if Curtis Jones's was a red, that should have been.
No, it was lower anyway. These guys are idiots.
Curtis Jones has bounced off a ball though.
He went over the ball is that high, whatever it is. Curtis Jones was high. I don't think it's a red anyway, by the way. But it was on the ankle for Kovacic. It was a lot lower.
On the ankle hurts,
It's not right.
Oh, what a touch!
What a touch from Haaland. He's getting us up the pitch here. Go on.
Alvarez.
Oh,
He smashed it into Rose.
ballooned it. Alvarez. Oh. It's been a weird game. I feel like City have been on the game, but on the ball.
He's starting a lot recently, hasn't he, Alvarez?
Yeah, and he's got 1 and 2 this season. I think he's got
So
6
has he
and 12.
replaced De Bruyne in the team?
Yeah, I think he has goals and assists. He's not as clean as De Bruyne, but
No, obviously, but he's in terms of pure
he's effective.
He's a
personnel.
fantastic
He's effective
player,
player.
Alvarez. Absolutely fantastic player.
Yeah, he works so hard.
He'd be. He would start for almost every Premier League team. In fact,
Start for
he would
every-
start for almost every football team in the world.
He started for Liverpool. He started for Arsenal. He started for
Start for
Spurs.
Liverpool, start for
Definitely start for Spurs, yeah.
Arsenal, start for Tottenham.
Were you in
Newcastle.
Slough the other week, Rory?
Slough? I've been to Slough my life.
You must have been Slough
Dan,
1.
Dan is pretty sure he saw you there last week.
You can't have seen me in Slough.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that was
handbags
saying I was
and
on
the
the
glad
circle
bags.
line and all that. You guys chatting shit.
No,
He said I was on the circle line.
Slough.
What an irrelevant line. You just go
Slough,
round and
I've
round.
literally never been to Slough in my whole life. I think it's on the Elizabeth line now, though. But I've been on the Elizabeth line, but I haven't been on the Slough.
I keep giving away your It's amateur for
Mate,
me.
what the tube line?
This is
That's like saying, "Oh, I've been on a train."
Yeah,
No, but the Elizabeth line's a very specific line.
mate, it's the longest line that there
And it
is.
narrows down your whereabouts for the last couple of years. It's only a brand new line.
Is this a second yellow?
No.
Mate,
The identical challenge to
Mate,
what
has he
got
done
the
that
yellow
again?
for?
he's done it again. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the second yellow.
This kid's got to calm down, this guy. Look at him.
He's on the
Who,
pitch.
Mikel
Look how
Arteta?
tight his trousers are
Yeah, I
as
know.
well.
Didn't they have your size, Mick?
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you get all that
I
ass
see the
in them
veins in his
jeans?
balls through them.
How did you get all that ass in them jeans?
He went
what's
to,
what's that the
Do you reckon
beginning of?
Mikel Arteta has
What's
to
that?
jump
Someone
around
help
to
me.
put his jeans on.
That's
I
the
know, I
beginning of something.
Damn.
How did you get all that ass in them jeans?
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
I don't
Is
know.
it-
I can't.
Someone
Is it
knows.
that
hang on.
T-Paid tune?
What, low?
What,
Flow rider?
apple
No.
bottom? No, it's
No.
not that. What is it? How did you get all that? I'm going to Google it.
Shit.
Hang on. How
We've got a producer for
did
stuff like this.
you
haven't we?
Can't wait
get
to see the search
all
results.
that ass in
Yeah, he wouldn't be allowed on the server.
jeans?
Those kind of searches.
That's how he says it, in them jeans. Oh, it's called Dem Jeans
By who? T-Pain.
by Chingy and
Oh, yeah,
Jermaine
damn,
Dupri.
baby girl, how you get all of
Yeah,
that in
how'd
them
you get all
jeans,
that
them
ass
jeans?
in them jeans.
It's because the way you were saying it didn't sound like the beat.
I said it
Oh,
perfectly,
ref.
actually.
Chingy,
I said it perfectly.
Chingy is class.
Are we going to have a talk about this then? Yellow card. Just got punched in the face, Foden, by Jesus.
Hotel Motel.
Do you remember that Cassidy tune? That was good.
Which one? There's a lot.
Do you want to come to my hotel?
Oh yeah.
Baby, I will leave you in my room.
Odegaard, has he done enough today?
Nope. He's definitely like G'd the fans up.
Cassidy
Though.
was
He's
a
made
proper,
himself that.
proper
Yeah, I know. He went
battle
to prison,
rapper, you
innit?
know.
Yeah, he went to prison as well.
Declan Rice has lost the ball.
Stuff he was.
And I want to get with you because you're a cutie.
Oh God. Rory, Chelsea won yesterday.
Mate,
Big
not only
comfortable
yesterday,
win as well.
3 wins on the spin.
Ooh.
We are basically an unstoppable force.
What's
now.
the title of your most recent video on your channel?
Chelsea
Why
won.
Chelsea are going to win the league?
It was like something like Chelsea are unstoppable, wasn't it? Or something.
We're back.
I was laughing my head off.
We are
I
back.
loved it when I watched it, yeah.
Yeah, we are so
Oh,
back.
we are back or something, yeah.
Oh, mate, we are back.
Burnley.
3 wins on the bounce.
Is it free?
3 on the bounce.
What is it?
We've,
Fulham,
we've
Burnley.
launched Brighton out the cup.
Brighton.
Launched.
Yeah, Brighton.
Launched Brighton out the cup.
Fulham.
Smashed up
Won your
Fulham
local
away
derby.
from home, which is something they care about as
Yeah.
a rivalry.
Yeah.
And then we've only gone and battered Burnley, Turf Moor. You know how they always say Turf Moor,
Yeah.
difficult place to
Vincent
go.
Company.
Vincent Company, goal down as well. Bounce back, resilience, character, desire, hunger. We've got it all. Play
Raheem
Arsenal
Sterling's
next as
looking
well.
good.
If you beat
Raheem
Arsenal,
Sterling.
oh my God.
Didn't-
Oh, we're doing that. Oh, must be doing
Yeah,
that.
2 weeks though after international break.
Yeah.
Didn't Raheem Sterling make Gareth Southgate look a plum? Like he gets dropped from the England.
It's not. I don't think it's that relevant. Cause it's
But
so
Raheem
early.
Sterling has been good for the whole season.
Sterling will get on the plane.
No.
No, he
He
hasn't.
will.
No.
He-
Whatever
he
the
did
manager,
this-
No, they-
whatever
they
Southgate's
called-
picking now, that's what
Mate,
he's picking.
also,
No,
also,
no,
it looks
yeah,
like
he's got one
it
in
looks
March,
like
hasn't he?
it
Idiot,
looks like
He's
they've
got one in
fallen
March.
out.
No, he's an
It looks like
idiot.
they've fallen out. You know,
No,
Gareth Southgate
take
hasn't
that
been in
as,
touch with Sterling
Really?
since dropping him from the.
He's not
What
been
have you
good
made
enough.
of Cole Palmer since he's
Oh,
joined?
he's
you lot?
amazing. He's
Scored the
brilliant.
penalty.
Really, you think
He's
that?
been brilliant.
Yeah,
he's been brilliant. He's absolutely been.
interested in him. Obviously, I want him to do well, relatively speaking.
Yeah, no, he's been.
What's he brought to the team?
I'd say that he's been our best signing of all of the signings that have landed. Like, and there's been a lot. I'd say he has been the best. He's just got everything. Do you know the other thing that he's got like in spades, which is just so necessary for us because we don't have an abundance of it? Bravery. Like he's not afraid to beat a player. He's not afraid to run at a player. He's not afraid to take a game by the scruff of the neck and take responsibility. Scored yesterday, fan favourite already. Seems to be, despite his young, very tender age, seems to be like one of the senior players.
Is that the
and
kind of front three that you're settling on now then? Sterling, Palmer and Jackson?
Sterling's the interesting one there. I think 2 of the 3, definitely. But I think the only reason Sterling played, don't get me wrong, he was man of the match. The reason we won the game was Raheem Sterling's contribution. He was totally unplayable. But I think he only played because Mudryk picked up that knock against Fulham. So if Mudryk didn't get that knock, I wonder if Mudryk would have started.
See, I don't watch as much Chelsea as you, obviously. But when I have watched Chelsea this season, Sterling's been the best thing about them. So that sounds weird to me.
But he has missed a lot of so he was magnificent for us against Burnley. He had exactly the same contribution against Luton. So we beat Luton. In fact, they're the games that we've won, and he's been at the heart of both of them. So yeah, I think Sterling is, he's one of our best players. He's one of our senior players. He's the most experienced in the team by a mile, and I think we need to build around him. But Mudryk has featured heavily for Pochettino, so it's kind of a good problem to have.
And how are you feeling about Pochettino? When you look at him now, does he seem to have settled into his surroundings? Is he still finding his feet?
Mate, one of the worst.
Is there pressure on him even? Like, what's the situation at the moment?
I can't believe that it went this way. But fairly recently, some very big Chelsea accounts were talking about Pochettino's future at the club. We're talking about, would we be better off without Pochettino? Like, it seemed to be a genuine conversation. Whereas for me, it's just like Pochettino is the answer to whatever is going wrong. Like, whatever the issues are. Look, Pochettino had made some mistakes. I think, playing players desperately out of position, I think is not ideal. And Pochettino has definitely got some stuff wrong. I think fairly recently we started with 3 left backs on the pitch. Playing Ben Chilwell as a winger, like one of our most forward-thinking players, was costing us because he was finding himself in positions and Chelsea weren't scoring the goals because the chances were going to befall the player who isn't a natural goal scorer. And as a result, we were not scoring enough goals. But Pochettino is probably the best thing about the club at the moment. You know, in terms of like football knowledge in the upper echelon of the club, nobody's a football person apart from Pochettino. So no, Pochettino needs to be back desperately. And the conversation online, look, I'm not judging anyone for saying anything, but I know I've muted a lot of people over the past, say, week to 15 days just because I couldn't believe that it was a genuine conversation. I mean,
do you think
big
at
accounts
Chelsea
as well,
you're
had,
forced
like,
into that because of the history of your club in terms of, so every time something gets rocky, because you've usually sacked managers, the talk happens, or was it kind of just far too early for that?
It was far too... Look, I don't think that there is such a thing as like, it's just too early. Like, you know, when you know it's going wrong, sometimes I think you have to do the proactive thing. Don't let it rot before you solve the problem. So I don't think it's too early in terms of it just being an arbitrary rule. You can't sack a manager this early. But I just think it's too early because if you think about what he's come into like a terribly rocky ship. And yeah, you know, we lost at home to Forest, which we shouldn't have done. We lost at home to Villa, which we shouldn't have done. We haven't really looked that good. And the only teams that we've beaten have been teams that you would expect us to beat, apart from Brighton in the Cup, but that's a Cup game and therefore slightly different in itself. So look, Pochettino's still got a lot to do and needs to improve and needs to be getting a lot more right than he's getting wrong. But I just don't see how sacking him can ever be considered, particularly by these, I'm talking massive accounts, you know. You know these kids who create Twitter accounts? They got like hundreds of thousands of followers and they're talking about Pochettino out.
The main Chelsea Twitter account has me blocked. That's another story for another day.
Yeah, I don't even follow it.
You're 11th at the moment in the league with 11 points.
Yeah, mate.
As I said, you're still in the League Cup.
Point a game.
You're conceding less than a goal a game as well.
Yeah.
7 goals conceded.
Scoring goals for fun, mate.
11 goals scored.
4 goals.
Your next few fixtures are...
Yeah, they're terrible. Apart from Brentford, so I can tell you our fixtures, right? I can talk you through it off the top of my head, really. I think that we beat Brentford, but then we don't win another game until December the 9th. So on December the 9th, we play Everton. And I think it's fair to assume that Chelsea can get something out of that game. I also think we'll beat Brentford. Brentford are in a terrible place, really. I think they've only beaten Fulham this year, and that was August. So I think we'll beat Brentford, but then I don't think we win anything else until the 9th of December.
So obviously Arsenal, Brentford, then you got Tottenham at home, City at home, Newcastle away.
Yeah, and then it's Brighton, I think, after that as well, by the way.
But if you beat Arsenal, again, if buts and maybes, let's say you get a result against Arsenal, suddenly you look at that Spurs game a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Those other fixtures.
Weirdly, Tottenham, I know that Tottenham are in form and I know they're currently sitting top of the league, but I will always believe that Chelsea will beat Tottenham. Whatever. Like, I've seen far worse Chelsea teams than this one beat far better Tottenham teams than this one. So I believe that we will beat Tottenham. Whether we do or not will remain to be seen.
Also, it's difficult with Chelsea because if you're going into a game against Chelsea at the moment, no matter who you are in the league, you go into it thinking we can win this game.
Yeah, it's a scalp, isn't it?
But Chelsea go into most games thinking they should win that game. Yeah. Or they should at least compete to win that game. So will Pochettino. And they've got players that can actually harm you. So if you're going into those games thinking, hey, we'll beat these lots today, you know, there's going to be a few of those fixtures like maybe Tottenham, City, where Chelsea surprised a few teams, hit them on the counter-attack, Raheem Sterling or something.
Yeah, and I think now we've started to score some goals. Like, it's been a year since we scored 4 or more goals in a game. Like, we did it yesterday, but it's been a year since we last scored 4. So the fact that we're scoring goals is big. I know it's only Burnley, but it's going to be good for the confidence. Obviously, we're now unbeaten in 3. We've had a few clean sheets. I think there's an element of room, like an element of positivity. Playing quite well. I think that there's a slightly optimistic feeling around the club again. And that's because Pochettino's getting it right. The problem is, this run of fixtures is so bad. It's so unlucky. Like, it just, like I say, we go to Goodison on the 9th of December. But between now and the 9th, if form teaches us how this is going to work, between today, and the 9th of December, Chelsea will win 1 game. And then obviously we're back to talking crisis again. And then obviously we're back to worrying. So Pochettino needs to put it out of the bag because we can't win 1 game between now and the 9th of December. He needs to find a victory against Brighton. He needs to find a victory maybe against Newcastle, saying that.
Brighton are there. Brighton there for the taking. They're a good side.
Brighton are there. I mean, Tottenham...
Brentford away. Yeah, they're struggling.
Tottenham are always there for Chelsea.
Tottenham.
Newcastle. Look, Newcastle.
But even a
we can't
draw,
win-
I mean-
we can't win at Newcastle ever.
But you might be able to get a draw.
We might get a draw, but we just got.
Might be a couple of wins, couple of
we've
draws,
just
couple of
got-
losses sort of thing.
We have just got. Look, if you say a couple of wins, so if we beat Brentford and someone else out of the next 7 games,
Yeah.
that's already successful.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
already better than I would anticipate. That's two wins where I can only really identify one. So Pochettino's got a lot to do, but I think the squad's coming together. And when you think about the shambles that Chelsea is, have you read, by the way, has anyone, you probably haven't bothered because it's not that interesting, but do you know the story behind this infinite athlete thing?
No.
Which isn't Chelsea's new sponsor.
I've seen some of the posts and stuff about them. And
It's so, look, everybody's got to be careful what they say. And I think somebody more in line and knowledgeable about the finances of football would be better to talk about. Like, I like talking about that foul by Foden or that miss earlier in the game by Gabriel Jesus or whatever. That's what I like talking about. The financial side of things isn't really my forte.
what did you
But
make
it
of
is
the
mad.
quote from their
It is-
co-founder
Yeah,
who
that
said,
was just nonsense.
I would tell you that I am betting as much on Todd,
Yeah.
Bedard and Jose as I am on the players on the pitch.
Yeah.
From a batting average perspective, they just don't
If they
miss.
generate money, they like Todd Bowley is excellent in his field, and his field is turning a profit. The reason why that Hans-Jörg Weiss fellow, who's the elderly Swiss man who owns so much of Chelsea, the reason why he's backed Bowley is because Bowley's made him billions. Like, making money is what he can do, and that geezer just saying, "Oh, I back Bowley," yeah, to make you money. But look, if you are interested, this infinite athlete taking over Chelsea sponsorship, the company basically didn't exist. The company have spent more on Chelsea, the partnership, than they've ever earned.
Wow.
It's mate, it's a mess. But like I say, I'm reading that you've got to do some homework for you.
But yeah, that's Chelsea. So big run of fixtures coming up, but they have settled down. So maybe looking a little bit more positive down there. Half time in this game between Arsenal and Manchester City, 0-0 at this moment in time. Now, I do think Manchester City have looked the most threatening when they've had the ball and in transition, but Arsenal have looked very good as well. And they've had their moments where they've beat the Manchester City press. They're bringing the ball into the final third, just failing to find that final pass. What have you made of the first half? Confident you'll win this game?
Yeah, I think we'll nick it. Obviously, I said 3-0. That doesn't look quite right now because I think Arsenal have defended well. It looks like City look like a side that are missing the best midfielder in the world. It's like if Liverpool missed Gerrard back in his prime. Feels like that a little bit. And I think if you can get through the next 20 minutes, if you're a City fan, or a City player as well, obviously, and then a big ball comes in, suddenly, these defenders for Arsenal, they're going to be shitting themselves in front of the Arsenal crowd. They're so expectant of finally getting a result against City in the league under Arteta, which has never really happened. I think City have got the whole game to look at and just manage the game, get on the ball, pressurise Arsenal and defend resolutely. I think we'll nick the game. But Arsenal have shown quality, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to slag off Arsenal, but have they shown enough? And the
But
one,
Buvey,
yeah,
should Kovacic be on the pitch?
yeah, of course
Because
we should.
You've got the first booking that he received,
Yeah,
and it got VAR checked. You could argue that was a red in itself. I said orange at the time, where it felt more than a yellow. Oh, my back there just went. Did you hear that? It felt my back's been done in.
Hey, do you want a
and it just
cushion?
About it twitched there. It felt more than a yellow,
Yeah.
but it wasn't quite a red.
yeah.
Then immediately after, about 2-3 minutes later, he clatters into Declan Rice with a similar-ish challenge, which wasn't penalised. Should he still be on the pitch?
Yeah, it's my understanding of football. A bit like Curtis Jones should have been on the pitch for Liverpool, Spurs, and I think you can get away with 2 physical ones in football. 3 is taking the mick a little bit. 2 nasty ones. They're nasty, but football is nasty. It's a contact sport. He's gone for the ball.
If that's vice versa, that's a challenge on Phil Foden twice. You're calling for a red there.
No, not for me. I'm a very unbiased person. Not for me. I'd want the game to flow with 11 men versus 11 men.
There's a lot of people in our chat who disagree, and they think it's a red card.
Well, Social Media FC, they're all Arsenal fans watching the stream. It's Social Media FC for you lads. What can I say?
Get hitting that like button on the stream for us as well. Do us a favour, subscribe to the channel too. We're currently on 163,000 subscribers. Can we hit 164 today, 165 today. Get hitting that subscribe button. It's been incredible. We only started on the 19th of January and we're already almost at 200k. With your help, we can get there. Also, do us a massive favor as well. Download the Super 6 app. We are proudly sponsored by Super 6. We've been loving getting involved there. We've got almost 11,000 people in our mini league. Now, listen to this. If you join our mini league, the code is Club23, and you top that mini league, you could be playing with us against Pitchside in an 11 versus 11. Yes, you've heard that right. If you've ever wanted the chance to 2-foot Theo Baker, or I don't know, stick one on Tom.
I'd rather do that. I think Theo Baker's a bit fragile.
He's a bit fragile.
Brittle, if you will.
Yeah, stick one on Tom or Lewis.
Will he play, or will he just
going
be
up for a corner with a little
behind the
elbow on
camera?
Lewis? That's
I'd
allowed,
love to do that. Yeah. For me, it's Garrett. All day long.
So if you want to get involved in that, then join our league, and you never know, it could be you that finishes top of that. And listen, there's some useless players in our league, so there's a good chance you may still top that league. It's never too late to get involved. I was doing well, this weekend.
Yeah.
I got points for every game yesterday, but I didn't get 5 points. Actually, sorry, I tell a lie. I didn't get any points for the Crystal Palace Forest game, but I predicted Everton to win. I predicted Chelsea to win.
Yeah.
I predicted United to win.
That's decent.
I'm going to get 2 points for the Liverpool game as well because I predicted that to be a draw.
Mate, you're doing well. 10 points. It's unbelievable.
8 points.
What did I get? No, it says 10 on the screen.
I've got 8. No, it says round 10. No, it says
Score
score
10.
I haven't
10
got
points,
10
mate.
points.
Yeah. 5 times 2. I think you're on 10, mate.
I've got 8.
Maybe the app's
Four
not.
it's 4 times 2.
I don't know why it says 10 on the screen. Either way. What are my ones? Let's have a look at mine. Here we go. I thought you dropped points to Brentford, so fair enough for beating them with your big squad. Burnley, I thought they beat Chelsea. See, this is what I'm going a bit banter now. It's getting a bit ridiculous. I thought Liverpool seriously were going to smash Brighton 2-1.
You were nearly on for 5 points there, though, because...
Yeah. Oh, I'm on 2 points, mate. For God's sake.
2 points. So the only score you've got right
Everton,
this weekend
Bournemouth.
is Everton.
Beating Bournemouth. They're terrible, aren't they, by the way?
By the way, who saw Harrison's goal for Everton yesterday? Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that, actually.
I think, look, there's been many great goals this season. I'm sure some slipped my mind. I loved Bruno at Burnley. I thought his volley was magnificent. But Harrison's goal yesterday for Everton, I think might be goal of the season so far.
I'll have a look.
It's come out to him. He's caught it on the volley with the outside of his foot, but bent it into the top corner like a free kick. I just thought the execution of that was unreal. It's the fella that used to play for Leeds.
Yeah, and Man City. Man City Academy.
It was an incredible
New
goal.
York City FC.
I don't know what you guys are thinking at home, but I thought that was probably goal of the season.
Yeah, I've not
Definitely
watched
goal
that.
of the
Yeah.
weekend. Superb goal. Right then. Let's there's been a lot of talk. Rory, were you in Pizza Express in Slough on Friday?
In Slough?
There's a lot. You've got a life going on in Slough that we're unaware of, isn't it?
I must have a doppelganger.
It's not the one in Woking, is
Never
it?
been to Slough in my life.
It's not the Pizza Express in Woking.
Wokin's not. Is Woking near Slough?
They don't have aircon there.
No, I don't. No, I've never been to Slough in my entire life. There's a doppelganger, mate. But I just got up to get myself a water and I forgot it. When you come back, will you bring one with you? I'm sorry. I literally
I'll think about
think about it. No, not Slough though. Did you see Olivier Giroud's goalkeeping heroics? Now, see if you can do it. See if you can do it. See, can he do it? Can he do it? Has he done it? Has he done it? He's done it. Yes. Buvey is limboed.
Go on. Olivier Giroud in goal.
Oh, he's so good.
It's always good when like a striker or something ends up in goal, isn't it?
And
We've seen it
plays
with
Oh, we've seen it. Didn't Harry Kane do it once?
John O'Shea's done it real well.
John Terry did it
John
brilliantly.
O'Shea, Rio Ferdinand done
John
it.
Terry didn't concede.
John O'Shea didn't concede either because he did it at White Hart Lane. We won 4-0
Wow,
and he went in goal.
that's brilliant.
Rio Ferdinand. So this game always lives in my memory because I think it cost us another treble because we played Portsmouth at home. I think it was the quarter-final of the FA Cup, the year that
He got
Portsmouth
beat.
and Cardiff.
Yeah, 08.
And Kushak got sent off, Rio winning goal. They got a penalty and they scored. But we should have had a penalty in that game. And there was a few other things as well. I remember thinking we were so close to doing another treble. Because surely we're going to win that.
But do you know what happened? Do you know what my memory of that day is? My memory of that day was travelling on a train to Barnsley. You were the early kickoff and you went out the cup.
Yeah, yeah.
and you were the only team left in the cup that could have stopped us winning it, and you went out. So we were on the train to Barnsley. We were the night game at Barnsley, and we're like, this is amazing. Beat Barnsley. We're in the semi. Like, this is it. Game on. We are going to win the FA Cup, which would have been retaining it as well because we had it in 2007 against you, in fact.
Yeah, Drogba.
And
first one at Wembley.
yeah, first one at Wembley. Yeah, Drogba, Lampard 1-2. So I'm thinking, oh my God, United are out. This is amazing. We then got launched out by Barnsley.
Was that Mourinho at home?
No, it was Avram Grant. Away. At
Mourinho,
Oakwell.
did
No,
Mourinho
at
lost
Oakwell.
the game against Barnsley at home?
No, that was
Bradford.
later. That was 15.
Bradford.
2015 Bradford.
Sorry.
We were 2-0 up. We got beat 4-2.
See, we lost at Oakwell once in the cup, 3-2. I think it was 97, 98. I may have got the year wrong. But Schmeichel launched one through it. Remember how he used to throw it over?
It's assists,
But
yeah.
it smacked the striker in the back of his head and he turned around and scored.
Ah.
And Barnsley beat us 3-2.
Yeah,
and went through
Barnsley
in the
beat
cup.
us that year. And then so Barnsley that year, I think they knocked Liverpool out of the cup. Then they knocked us out of the cup. And yeah, obviously Portsmouth went on to win it.
Was that Bradford was John Stead, wasn't it?
Bradford was John Stead. We were 2-0 up in that game, but the Barnsley one was 08. Barnsley was 08 and Bradford was at Stamford Bridge, and that was 2015. But yeah, we were 2-0 up that day. I think it's one of Bradford's best ever results in like their history. Going to Stamford Bridge, being 2-0 down in the cup and knocking Chelsea out.
Is there a defeat like, obviously there's big ones against Barcelona or whatever you'll talk about, but like, for example, with me, we lost against York City in the League Cup in like,
Yeah,
it
that's
just
a
lives
famous
with me
one.
forever.
Yeah. That's a famous one.
Is
No,
there anything that's
no,
with you like that?
in terms of like upsets, I don't think the Bradford one is probably the one. I don't think we haven't been the victim of like a famous upset. Like, you know the way Arsenal have their famous one against Wrexham,
Yeah.
and Manchester United have their famous one against York, and Newcastle have their famous one. Well, they've got two actually now because they had Ronnie Radford, didn't they? You know the famous one, the Ronnie Radford goal.
Hereford.
Yeah, for Hereford. Ronnie Radford scores for Hereford, and there's a pitch invasion, and everyone runs on with the same coat.
Who did
But
remember
Newcastle
DJ
did it
Campbell
again.
was playing
Newcastle did it again. Eddie Howe. They lost to Cambridge.
Yeah,
They lost to
1-0.
Cambridge. So Newcastle have had a couple, but no, Chelsea actually don't have, like, apart from the Bradford one, like a famous upset. I don't think
Who
in our
did
history.
DJ Campbell play for Barney?
No, Yedding.
Yedding.
Was it Yedding?
Who did they beat?
Yedding beat. Was
Because
it
he signed
Newcastle
for
again?
Palace or Blues after that.
Was it Newcastle again?
Because DJ
No, he's
Campbell,
doing well so far. Hang on, I think he's done it.
DJ Campbell played for someone scored.
I think
remember
DJ Campbell played for Yedding, which is like a suburb of Uxbridge in West London.
that. Yeah.
I think, thank you, Booth. Mate, if I remember, somebody will tell us in the comments, I'm sure, but I think it was Yedding.
Are there any
Yedding.
defeats that
Have
live
you
with
been-
you like that?
Have you, so we're talking about like iconic FA Cup.
Oh, United
defeats,
lost 4-0
upsets.
against MK Dons. So.
Have you had any of Man City since you've been good, I think?
Big one.
Go on.
Will Greig.
Fire! You're the
What did you say?
best.
Wigan. Will Greig.
Grigg.
Greig.
Will Greig.
Will Greig.
Will Grigg's of
Yeah, Will Greig's on fire. Will Greig, that's it. Yeah. But against Wigan.
Hey, got this one. Will Greig.
Will Grigg. Yeah. He pronounces it in a slightly different way. You wouldn't
No, but
understand. There's an accent.
They
Sounds
beat us
classy,
1-0
they call him that.
with who's the bold Wigan manager in the second division. He managed Portsmouth as well. People know that in the comments.
Juve Rosner.
Jim
Not Juve.
Portsmouth manager.
Man City legend.
Bald
Born on the East Germany.
Portsmouth
he escaped
manager
the
game.
war.
Bald Portsmouth manager game. Jim Smith.
No. This
That's
is
Derby, isn't it?
There was a bold
Portsmouth
manager
as
for
well?
Wigan in the Championship / League One. He went to Portsmouth recently, about 5-6 years ago. People were saying in the comments.
I know you're on about
Paul. Come
not Jewel.
No,
on.
Jewel-
Paul Jewell.
He had hair.
He had a proper straight fringe. Didn't he?
Very straight haircut.
Can someone, Jack? Do you know?
What's happening there?
Paul Cook.
No, it won't.
Paul Greig.
No, it won't. No, we won't.
Was it Paul Greig?
Yeah, Will Greig beat us 1-0
No,
in
Paul
the FA
Greig, the
Cup
ref, the
with
manager.
the Wigan manager.
Paul
Paul
Cook.
Greig. The
No,
fuck.
Will Greig.
Cook.
Paul Greig.
Paul Cook.
Paul Cook. That's it. Jack's got access to Google,
Mate.
and he's getting.
Mate.
Yeah, I'm
Mate.
saying the most famous one.
Yeah, Paul Greig.
He's got access. He's got access to
Nobody
Google,
can
and he's
hear
getting
him.
it wrong.
You know the audience. You're having an argument in your headphones.
Thankfully, you don't
You-
fucking know
Will
that you
Greig.
can't hear him.
Mate, are you sharing or what?
Have a bit now.
Okay, well.
Will Greig.
What is it?
I thought you were looking after your waistline, going to Pilates in
Mate, I
fucking
thought you were
Primrose
going to
Hill.
run. I thought you were going to run. I thought you were going to run a sub 8 hour marathon.
Pilates in Primrose Hill sounds like a novel, doesn't it? Yeah. Pilates in
That can't be
Primrose
real.
Hill. It's a murder novel.
Mate, it's called Exhale. We can all go together.
Can I hurry up then? Fucking hell.
What, are you in a rush for some chocolate? You need a sugar rush.
Fucking hell. Yeah, Paul Cook. And we got a producer. It took 10 minutes to Google Wigan manager beat Man City 1-0. That's what we had to do.
3-1, mate.
What, in the same season? We're not in the same league as them.
Poor Greek.
Juve Rosler never beat us.
Juve Rosler.
You mean Juve Rosler played for us?
No, he beat you. Mate, you're arguing with someone who they can't hear. You look like a mentalist. You're just sitting there arguing with someone.
Does Jack even exist?
They can hear me, they just can't see me.
Yeah.
They can hear me, they just can't see me.
If they can't hear him, you virgin. They can't hear him. Audience, can you hear
him.
Jack? Jack's just said he can. You
They can hear me, they can't see me. They can hear me.
Jack's just told me they can hear him.
Can't.
Jack, bring up a chat on the screen that says that we can hear it. They can hear it, Jack.
Super chat.
Mate,
Gotta read
if
it
you're
out.
talking to the mic, swallow your chocolate.
Huh? You swallow first, mate. Fucking hell. Why are we both chewing on chocolate? Adam, do you want a bit, by the way, mate?
Love that.
Nah, I'm good.
Sorry, I realised I didn't offer you any Galaxy.
Love chocolate, hate desserts. Weird one.
That's true.
It's not a dessert, is it? Not in a restaurant.
Also, someone brought up a tweet where you said, I had a fantastic lunch with my mate today. You tweeted this years ago. And that we had a lovely dessert. They did.
Awesome.
I saw on Twitter.
You know, I was thinking.
I would never.
You know, when me and
I
Rory.
put a tweet out going, and I had a lovely dessert.
You know, when me and Rory went.
You had a souffle or something.
We went Silverstone. Yeah, we got given the 5-star treatment. He defo loved a few desserts.
Yeah, but you did. You were fucking gas merchant.
Yes. Yes.
Mate, you're totally missing the point. What I don't want to do.
Also, we saw Get to get an ice cream, but what did you say?
That was hilarious. Mate, that was so funny. That was so funny. That was so funny.
Wow.
Mate, we're
It's not
sitting there.
funny, it's normal. Go on.
Mate, we're sitting there. Me and Adam have gone outside, right? We're at Silverstone, British Grand Prix and all that, right?
Yeah,
It's all fucking swanky. Me and Adam have just gone outside. We found this lovely beer tent. You know where they make where the geezer scrapes it off in tiny little frozen glasses. We're like, right, we're parking up here. We've done our schmoozing. We're now parking up here. We're just going to have a good drink. Sitting there boozing. Giggs comes walking through.
Or Gets.
Oh, was it Gets?
Yeah, Gets.
Comes walking through, right? Gets comes walking through. I'm like, I wonder where he's going. 2 minutes later, he comes back the other way with just like a massive ice cream. I don't know why, but
He was like, gangster rap, is he?
yeah. Just like walking back with a lovely looking.
Yeah, but Gets can get away with a bit.
No,
of
Gets
ice. I think
can get-
Giggs would be a bit like.
What I
you
love
can't
though
be
is when
seeing
we
Giggs
saw
doing
Gets,
ice cream.
Rory, like, I love Gets in it, so I was talking about P Money and everything.
Yeah.
And he went up to him spitting some of the oldest bars.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah,
quality.
He's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
I saw
good.
Gets this summer actually. His performance is really good.
Martinelli's on for Nketiah. Jesus.
There we go.
Nketiah.
I think Kovacic is very lucky to be on the pitch.
Gabriel.
Do you know what's going to happen here? Kovacic's going to score a winner, and it's all going to
I
go
hope he
mental.
does. Hope he does.
Kovacic's going to score a winner.
That'll get me
I'll
going.
tell you what would be hilarious, just for the meltdown. Kovacic scores a winner. Jorginho gets a second booking and gets sent off.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Imagine the
AFT would go into
Martinelli's on for
nuclear
Trossard.
fallout.
what's AFT.
AFTV.
Oh right, you didn't finish it.
I did. Well, you interrupted me as you
No,
usually do.
AFT.
I said AFTV would go
AFT.
into
AFT would go
meltdown. They go into meltdown.
What were you doing chilling with Robbie yesterday anyway?
Well, I was on Saturday Social and he was absolutely gassing the place up. Robbie, bless him. You know, he said that Ramsdale was a better keeper than Raya, let alone Edison. And he put Ramsdale in ahead of Edison.
Well, I
in a
mean,
combined
Arteta
11.
doesn't even think Ramsdale's better than Raya.
By the way, I smashed Robbie at the quiz. I smashed Robbie 3-0 in the quiz. Oh,
What quiz?
you know the
Quiz on the show or
yeah,
the after
all
show?
3 games. I beat him at career paths. I beat him at general knowledge.
Wait, the post-show quiz, you mean? Or
No, it was
or
live.
actually on the
It
show?
was
Because
live,
there's
yeah.
a post-show quiz. as
No,
well, isn't
yeah, you're good at that one, aren't you?
it? No.
On TikTok, innit? And yeah, but I smashed him 3-0. It's beautiful. Got my first win on the
What-
show.
what-
He's never won a quiz,
Give
Robbie.
us the questions.
I was just laughing at Rory's answer to one of the questions.
David Beckham's final club.
David Beckham's final club was
Paris
in
Saint-Germain.
America, no?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Didn't he finish in America?
No, he finished PSG.
Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah. Played against Barcelona, didn't he? Messi. In a Champions League game. He got an assist on his final game for a corner.
Corner.
Who did?
David Beckham's final ever game as a player for PSG, he got a corner assist.
I've got like all of Beckham's numbers. Like, you know, at United it was 24, 10, 7. Got like jerseys with all of them. Class.
I loved it when he went to PSG. It was so sick. Because he was actually
like
quality in that league as well.
He was my player. Say that again. Yeah, any of you like watch the documentary?
Not yet, no.
No.
All right, we'll have that chat when we do. I've seen it. I love it.
When's the Robbie
But
Williams one?
I was a
wanna
bit
see Robbie
disappointed.
Williams.
Robbie
because-
Williams.
He's got his own
You know what's
documentary.
mental?
Mate, Tony Hibbert.
You know Robbie Williams? Yeah, he was on Ben Foster's podcast, and Ben Foster asked him what does he watch on YouTube, and Robbie Williams went Stretford Paddock, and I was like,
Did he?
wait, what?
Did he?
Yeah,
When?
Like, why?
When was this? This
Like
year?
it was like last year, I think it was.
Mate, have either of you ever been out with Elliot Hackney and
Oh God,
slandered?
unfortunately, yes.
And I once was out with Elliot having a beer, and I happened to just mention that I don't really like Robbie Williams. Like, I don't think he's particularly good, or think he's a bit of a Burke, really. I said it to.
I like you, Robbie.
I don't
love
like,
Robbie
I don't
Williams.
like Robbie Williams at all. Right? I think he's a lemon and very overrated. Anyway,
He's not overrated.
I happened to suggest this to Elliot Hackney, who went like this to me. What?
Yeah.
I went, what? He went, what?
It's from Stoke, isn't it?
Yeah, he gets like.
Could be he's a Port Vale fan.
He
You
gets
shouldn't like him.
weirdly-
Elliot
He's a-
shouldn't like
mate,
Robbie Williams.
had a
What's the
season
cobblers?
ticket. By the way, you know the Port Vale thing. This is very important. Nonsense.
Oh, he's not
Robbie
real Port-
Williams
is he
had
not?
a season ticket behind where I used to sit in the boxes behind my seat at Stamford Bridge. Robbie Williams had a seat
but
there.
that's-
for
Isn't that a bit
different.
like
Yeah, that's
Sir
different.
Jim Ratcliffe? And
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
but
that's
you're
different.
not a Port Vale fan, are you?
Yeah, when you're famous, you ain't going to Port Vale. With all due respect to Port
Well, why are
Vale.
you going to Chelsea?
It's like Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher. They used to support Arsenal, Celtic.
they
No,
were
that's not
City
true.
fans.
That's not
Bro,
true.
They used to be at Arsenal games,
Yeah,
Celtic
yeah, that's
games
different.
all the time.
Yeah, going to
and
the
then City
games.
got good.
Because they're probably
No, but
touring.
City-
They're probably
City-
touring.
Even
City-
Liam Gallagher's on record of saying, "I'll never let my kid be a City fan and all that."
You never
Yeah,
said that.
I remember back in the day.
When you say that-
Liam Gallagher is
He used to
definitely-
be there in Arsenal gear and Celtic gear. I promise you.
I've never
being a
seen
Celtic-
Liam
being a
Gallagher in
Celtic-
Arsenal gear.
They're
You can
absolute
be
fraud.
You can be a Man City fan and a
No.
Celtic fan.
No.
You're
You
a
can.
paranoid
But he
fan,
used to
innit?
go around saying, "I'd never let my kid support."
Sorry,
the
we,
City."
you cannot say Liam Gallagher was in an
frauds.
Arsenal kit. Can you at least show
They
me
did
that?
it because it benefits them, innit?
Can you show me that?
Yeah, that don't exist.
Like, is there proof?
No,
What?
there's no proof in that.
Is there
pudding.
proof that you can give me right now that he's
He
ever
used to
been
be
in
on
an
Sky
Arsenal
at
kit?
Arsenal games and Arsenal kits and that.
No.
You're saying
No.
stuff.
No.
Where's the proof?
lived
You've
it.
got a
Never.
phone.
I
Didn't
lived
happen.
it. Google it.
Didn't
Then.
happen.
Go find
Didn't
it.
happen
It
of
did
the year.
happen.
Find it.
Didn't
I can't
happen.
happen a lot.
Didn't
I can't
happen
just-
of
you
the
can't
year.
just make
It did
up
happen a lot.
Didn't
accusations.
happen of the
It did
year.
happen a lot.
How
Not
can you
happen
make
of
up
the year.
accusations
It happened-
and
yes,
tell
I
the other
lied.
person to
It's
find
like-
it?
I lived it. I lived
You
it.
find it. No, you made the accusation
I lived it.
about
I
a
know
City
it's true.
legend.
Yeah, what do you mean I find it? You,
The guy
I know
was in the
it's
kit
true.
packs
I
when he was
lived
like
it.
15 years
yeah, he was in
old.
the kickbacks when he was about 5.
Yeah.
No.
Arsenal kit.
Arsenal.
Apparently he's on an Arsenal
Yeah, you
tracksuit.
find it.
Yeah, but
and if
you
you
find
can't
it.
find it, you're a liar.
It's genius. It's genius from Adam. It really.
It
is.
really
right.
is. No,
You're
no,
wrong.
no.
Yeah, you're still Googling. That's
Liam
interesting.
Gallagher's credentials. as a
You got a
City
quick
fan.
phone as well.
Googled.
Yeah.
I haven't
Your
Googled.
phone's down, lads.
Why do I
The
Google?
phone's down, lads.
Why do I need
I've
to
won.
Google?
Well played.
Liam
Well, we
Gallagher
won.
is-
Football's
Liam
won.
Gallagher is undoubtedly an ardent
No.
Man City man.
He's
They're
the
not
most
Arsenal.
From Burnage.
They're ardent.
They're not
Yeah,
ardent.
they are.
Yeah,
They did it because it suits their whole band
no,
thing, innit?
no, mate.
You always pick up a
Arsenal
team
were
and
all over
that.
them.
No and Liam Gallagher were going to games before they even picked up a
Nah,
guitar.
they
Yeah.
weren't.
They were. They were in the
were.
kit packs.
They
Yes, they
were.
were. Main road.
They were.
They were.
They were all Colin Bell and Sammy Lee, was it?
Not.
They only started coming
were.
around.
Not
Youth
Colin
Boy
Bell.
won trophies,
They're
man.
too young for Colin Bell. They're Noel Quinn era.
No, Gallagher's like
No, they're not.
55.
Mate, they weren't going to. Noel Gallagher was not going to a game in 1968.
No, that's true. But equally, Niall Quinn he's older
Early
than Niall
90s.
Quinn.
No, Noel Quinn is early 90s. Liam Gallagher was like 20 in 1990.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah, but I'm thinking his formative
I'm struggling
years.
to think of mid 80s players for City. I don't know if Jack can give me any, but Noel Quinn.
Noel Quinn's too late.
Uwe Rosler is
No,
an
that's
80s
too
player.
late.
No, Uwe Rosler
No,
was
he's
in
not an 80s
1983 playing for Man City.
No, mate, no.
Uwe
no.
Rosler.
No, not 83.
Really?
No, I remember Uwe Rosler playing. I was
So he's more 90s, was he?
yeah.
I swear he was late,
No,
late
no.
80s.
No.
Either way.
No, he was definitely mid 90s. He was like King Cladsey, that team.
But I thought he was
King Cladsey,
that,
Rosler.
but early as well. I thought he was like late 80s, getting into the 90s. Yeah, come on.
But no, Noel Gallagher is 100% Man City for him.
The man's.
He'll be there today.
Of course he will, because they're fucking good. That's my point.
No, he was there when
He
mate.
was at Arsenal. He was at more Arsenal games back in the
No,
day. I
no,
remember
no,
he used to be
no.
on Sky getting interviewed.
I remember when I went to
saying,
the
"Oh, I
City
just
of
wanted-"
Manchester Stadium, seeing them rock up to seeing
course,
Ben
yes.
Jarney and all that,
Because they,
and Stuart Pearce when he was
I
managing.
promise you, bro.
I remember you couldn't see him
In the
because there were so many
90s.
people trying to see him get
In
into
the
the stadium.
90s, he
They're
used
the
to be at
most-
Celtic, at Arsenal.
Yeah, but that's
at
'cause
all
they were
these
touring.
things.
I bet they were
Who's
touring.
the most
Fuck me,
famous? it's them or Ricky Hatton, isn't it? And it's them.
Ricky Hatton's always been on it.
Yeah.
I think they're the most famous City fans in the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In history.
Curly
most
Watts
famous-
as well.
In history.
Got
Curly
no
Watts.
Liam Gallagher. You got Ricky Hatton and Curly Watts,
I don't think you
and then Buvey.
You got No,
Ricky Hatton,
I'm not even.
Nolan Liam,
No.
Ricky Hatton, Curly Watts, Buvey, McInerney, and that bald fella.
I think Buvey's above Curly Watts.
No, Freddie thingy from cricket. What's his name?
Flintoff.
Freddie Flintoff. So City
He's a
fan.
City fan.
Yeah, City fan. Yeah,
Is he?
yeah. There's loads of others.
Who's your top 5 Man United celebs? You can't put yourself in it.
I would never do that anyway. Mick Hucknall,
Mick Hucknall, definitely.
because he's.
Oh, I know.
Stormzy.
Mick
Stormzy.
Hucknall.
He's from
Is it
Croydon.
James Nesbitt?
James Nesbitt.
James
yeah, He used
Nesbitt.
to always be Fergie in the box.
James Nesbitt.
Cold feet.
Cold feet.
I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah. James Nesbitt.
Ralph
Stormzy.
Little.
Ralph Little.
Yeah, I always see him at the games. And the other fella from 2 Pints, I always see him.
Will Mellor.
He's on Talk Sport sometimes.
He's from Leeds,
Like
isn't he?
that.
Will Mellor.
No, he's Mancunian.
I'm not sure.
Is he?
Nah, I think.
Stone Roses.
Yeah, Ian Brown.
Ian Brown. Well, I think all of them. Rowetta as
Sometimes
Happy Mondays. Rowetta from Happy
Yeah.
Mondays. isn't it?
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, that's a
Rowetta,
shame.
yeah.
That's a real shame. I don't mind Stone Roses being United, but Happy Mondays, that's a shame. But City got the best bands. So we got the Smiths and we got Oasis. That's amazing.
Stone Roses.
We're Blur and Madness.
Yeah, that's average, isn't it?
And what's the other ones?
Blur, Madness.
Blur are so overrated
But
as a
we're-
band.
Not Chaz and Dave, the other one.
No, they're Tottenham. Chaz and Dave, very Tottenham.
Well, the ones who
And
did the
proper one
snooker
that
song.
do that proper
Snooker Loopy.
London tune that you like play. What's that tune? Madness.
Yeah, that's what I said. Blur.
did you say Madness?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Blur and Madness.
What's that geezer's name?
Suggs.
Suggs, that's it.
Blur and
He used to be
Madness
on
to Chelsea.
TV so much today, didn't he? Suggs.
Suggs, yeah.
Who
I
did-
think
like
Joe
on
Strummer.
everything.
I think the Clash Chelsea.
Are they?
Yeah. Oh no, I think yeah.
Rolling Stones are Chelsea? No.
I think they might.
Maybe
be
they don't
now.
even have a team.
Wow. Oh, so I sort of iconic. No, actually, do you know what? I think the Clash QPR. Pete Doherty.
QPR lost,
Pete Doherty 4-0. Pete Doherty QPR.
Is he?
Pete Doherty, big QPR fan. Yeah.
Liz
Did you watch that
Margate.
documentary about him? It's a bit
No.
depressing. I won't bring it
What?
up.
Pete
But
Doherty.
you should go check it out.
No,
yeah.
he's an incredibly intelligent man. Just
Well, it seems it. By the way, he got away what was in there.
really.
Yeah. It's,
What,
well,
Pete-
I don't think he did anything, but he knows what happened.
What? Pete Doherty?
Remember that kid, that fella died
No.
in their house, like fell out of a balcony.
Oh my god.
There's a documentary about
Yeah,
it
is
with,
there?
with the fella's mom,
No, I will watch that.
and it's called Pete Doherty. You know who
That-
killed my son? or
That
something
first.
Like that.
That first.
What,
album-
is a party?
I
Like
don't
a
think
big
it was
party
a
with a
party.
house
Nah,
party.
he was just there with his mates or something.
They got a song, The Libertines, called Gascony Avenue. It's on my paper.
He got a song about. He recorded a song in the flat where that geezer died, basically talking about how to get away with murder. Mental,
Oh, that's insane.
dark,
Yeah.
very dark.
But no, Doherty's a QPR fan. Suggs
What are
Chelsea.
they getting up their seat
Blur,
for?
Blur are brilliant. Blur are
I
Chelsea.
think they're overrated.
No.
What?
I think
Brilliant.
they're
Blur are
overrated.
amazing.
I think they're
That
decent.
Britpop
No.
era, Blur were
I
everywhere.
think you could even argue Blur better than Oasis.
Oasis won that battle.
They might have won the battle, but they might not have won the war. I think Oasis.
I think they've got a better catalogue.
Time has
They
been
reached
far-
a higher peak. Better
No,
catalogue.
I
And I
don't-
think individually,
I don't think they do have a better.
better individual song. I think
I listen-
Wonderwall versus what? Fucking Part Life. Behave.
Can't go Wonderwall for Oasis.
By the way, I'm not
Best tune.
slagging off Blur, but they're
No.
not in the same echelons as
No, I
Oasis.
think they really are, mate. This
Worst
is-
numbers. They probably
Oh!
aged worse.
No, he's off. He's off.
Oh no, he wasn't off. He got brought
No,
back
we've
for the
got-
foul.
yeah. I mean, it's off.
No advantage was played there. Basically, Rico Lewis ran through the middle of the pitch, was brought down. The referee's blown for a free kick, but Rico Lewis has played on. Obviously, we can't hear the whistle because we're watching it without audio,
what's
so
he
we
doing
don't
then?
know when the
So
whistle
he gets
came.
fouled here, and I think the ref must blow up.
So you play advantage, you dickhead.
But it's in like the same
Oh my.
motion.
Maybe
isn't
maybe
it?
the centre back stopped because of it. Maybe the
No, they
centre back
do.
stopped.
The whistle would have impacted play, but he hasn't.
You gonna yellow card him then? Martinelli yellow card.
Sort of a bit of a handball helped it through as well.
That's
Yeah,
so
they'll
good
bring
by
that back.
Rico
Hug
Lewis.
back as well.
And then Gabriel
Yeah,
possibly
tugging
gets
him back,
sent off,
tugging him
yeah.
back as well. Yeah.
This referee's had a nightmare. Michael Oliver, Cold War, Spurs, Liverpool as well, part of that team that had a meltdown last weekend as well. So they're all culpable and as bad as each other. Let's smash this into the net and win the game. That's what I think we should do. That's just my analysis. Do you know what I mean? Just you know.
People
hit-
said Michael Jackson, Fulham.
Michael Jackson, Fulham.
Nah, but Michael Jackson used to be at that
We
other
decorated that
ground with,
Michael Jackson statue once
no.
in Chelsea. Put a
Who
Chelsea
did
kit on
Fingy
it and all
support?
that. We did.
Your
we
man
went-
that bent the spoons.
Uri Geller.
He used to go to Swindon.
Was he a Swindon fan?
Michael Jackson used to go to Swindon. I swear I haven't made that up. He doesn't
yeah.
support Fulham. He doesn't support Fulham. Thingy loved him.
Fired.
Mohammed Al Fayed. He loved him.
I'm the lyrical gangster.
Al Fayed. you remember that, Ali G?
I'm the lyrical gangster. I'm fired. No, we don't die. Yes, we multiply.
Because he wasn't a Fulham fan, he was a Swindon fan.
I'm fired.
Yeah. Oh, it was Exeter.
Exeter.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Swindon. With Yuri Geller.
Yuri
Uwe
Geller.
Rosler.
Yuri Geller got Glenn Hoddle the sack from England, didn't he?
He used to always be on like, was it called GMTV?
Yeah.
Saying like,
Bend
bend
your
your
spoons
spoons
and
and that. And like,
Just
let's
love
pray for
bending spoons.
Beckham's metatarsal.
Mate, the thing is, that used to be like a thing where you'd watch it. It was such a weird era. Like, guys would be looking at a spoon like that and like staring at it, trying to bend it, and then ultimately would.
Fucking give
And
the
we all
ball.
pretended to
No,
understand.
but it used to be.
Go on.
Yeah,
He
you're
used to
gonna
be
miss, mate.
holding
Bit
it.
of quality,
and
bit of quality, bit of quality.
You haven't got it. You
Bit of
haven't
quality.
got it, no.
Oh. Bit of optimism. We're on a football stream. We want to see goals here, Royce.
Mate, we're talking about Yuri Geller.
What do you want? 0-0.
Focus a bit. Interrupted my Yuri
Do you know
Geller.
how he used to do that?
You-
Press it forward.
Well,
you hold it.
Yeah, look, I'm going to crush this can with my eyes.
That was fantastic.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Come on.
You know what's
Ireland.
mad? A lot of the crowd
Oh.
and a lot of the OGs, depending on the age, they might not even know who he is.
No, they won't.
They missed
They're
that whole
Googling.
Yuri
They're
Geller.
Googling now.
I didn't
Yuri
get the
Geller.
reference, to be honest. Yeah.
They're Googling you. Yuri Geller got England.
Why?
Well, because he got Glenn Hoddle the sack.
Why?
Because Glenn Hoddle said some mad things. What's he banging on about?
No, he's all good. What's he banging on about? Did you see the Liverpool game today? The result?
I was watching it from here. Stat right here.
For those that don't know, Liverpool drew 2-2 with Brighton today. Obviously, it could be looked at as a good result, I think. Brighton's a difficult place
Off
to
the
go.
back of what happened to him last week, you can't take 1 point from 2 games. If it depends what you hope or what Liverpool's hopes are. But I think off the back of dropping points last week, despite the fact that I think they were totally robbed, they needed a result today.
It's not a good look, is it? Especially
needed
being in a winning position like they were. The only thing is, we're watching, as we are covering this topic, City aren't winning the game. City lost last week. So Liverpool haven't lost too much of a numerical advantage in that regard.
No, but what you've managed to do, this is probably your most difficult game of the season.
Yeah.
Going away to Arsenal is possibly Man City's one of Man City's most difficult games of the season, and you get it out of the way. So if you get your most difficult game out of the season out of the way, and you take a point from it, I think that's kind of job done.
Also,
isn't it?
City don't have to win this.
No, I don't think so. I think Arsenal have to win it.
But if we take, a point for Liverpool, Brighton's one of the best sides in the league. They missed big chances as well to win the game. So actually Liverpool got away a little bit.
You could argue they were
with it.
behind, though.
Yeah.
And it was what happened in the game was Brighton had gone ahead with dominating that first half. And then a 5-minute period where they just make mistakes at the back, give the ball away sloppily. Liverpool counter and get the goals. But then Brighton managed to get back into the game. Brighton's going to be a difficult away for most teams this season.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that result will impact their title.
Brighton are half conceding a lot of goals this year, though.
Oh, well, they conceded 6 last week
I think
against
they've
Villa.
conceded every game. I don't think they've had a clean sheet this year. That's so lazy.
Did they keep a clean sheet against?
I don't think they've kept a clean sheet this season.
No,
No, they
see a
didn't.
few to West Ham as
They
well.
didn't,
And a
they
few
didn't
others,
keep a clean sheet against you, did they?
we
3-1.
scored. Yeah.
But when they battered United.
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah,
though.
less said about that. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it was a bad result for Liverpool. But like you say, combined with the result last week, losing 5 points dropped in 2 games, especially if City were to go on and beat Arsenal, then you do look at that.
Well,
especially Spurs as well. I was really impressed with their win. Down to 10 men, albeit against Luton. And to still win that game.
You have to bear in mind the opposition, though, don't you? Of course, they've gone away to Luton and won.
Yeah, but Luton were
But
having
the
a lot of
context
chances.
of that result was
What, going
very
down to 10 men?
difficult.
Yeah.
Against Luton, away from home.
Why are you talking about it like you're talking about it like it's the Bernabeu against Luton?
No, but last season, Spurs went and won that game. That's the reality. We're not talking about Man City going to Luton. We're talking about Spurs who struggled last season. They're not in Europe for a reason.
No, but
they're
Tottenham,
not good enough to be a European side.
I'd
this
say
season.
almost
They're not good
everybody
enough.
would have predicted Tottenham to beat Luton. There's nothing.
At the start of the
There's nothing particularly.
The point I was trying to make, let's not get caught up
yeah.
on Spurs because we'll talk about them later, was they got the result though.
Yeah.
And, they needed to get that result. They got it. And they've stayed ahead of Man City, at least for now. Liverpool dropping these points
symbolic. Them
before this
moving
big
top of the
game.
league, yeah. Also, ahead of this game, the best result to inspire these two teams and these two teams' sets of fans, like if you're a Man City fan in the away end or you're an Arsenal fan in that clock end, you're going to loved the fact that Liverpool dropped points earlier today. So you think it would have given these two teams a bit of a lift? Oh my gosh, what a turn
Gabriel
that
Jesus
is.
in the box.
Gabriel Jesus!
Ah! What's happening there?
Funny angle, camera angle. This is crap,
Did we change the camera angle for real?
mate. We would have got a close up on that. Look at the way Gabriel Jesus drops a shoulder here. Who's it on?
Did
Phil
it hit the
Foden.
bar or did it hit
Oh,
something?
Philip!
The stanchion
Philip
behind.
got done.
Oh, it hit the
Defended
stanchion.
from Ake, I think it was.
Philip Foden got done there badly though.
Yeah,
Is what it
it
is.
was good disguise by Gabriel Jesus.
Look at that clown in a beret.
Gravenberch seems to have settled at Liverpool quite well, hasn't he? I know we've seen the other fella as, what's his name? Hungarian fella. Why is his
Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai. He's settled really well. Gravenberch has
Didn't
settled
get him in
really
the
well.
game enough today, Szoboszlai, I didn't think. Needed to get him more on the ball. They
Yeah,
rely.
McAllister also, like Brighton seemed to like let him get the ball and then just close him down.
Well, people have been slagging him off
triggered
on
their
Twitter
foul.
saying that it was his fault. I think the ball into him from Van Dijk was a hospital pass, and then Alisson was way off his line. I don't think Brighton's goal was culpable because of McAllister. I thought he had a decent game actually. I thought he was running things at
But
points.
that is
McAllister.
where I think Liverpool's, even if you compare that position with Chelsea, for example, who have got Caicedo, Lavia, the players that they were going after, like having one of those players in that position makes you a much more likely outfit for the title. If you're looking at it from Liverpool's perspective of winning the league, like having McAllister there, he's a very good midfielder, great all-round midfielder, but he's not that guy.
Well,
who's
they'll
gonna
think
hold them.
Endo's that person who's coming as well. They signed Endo from Stuttgart, so they'll think he's viable to be that person. He's just adjusting. I mean, Lavia's
not
not
to
even
win
in
the
for
league, though, is
Chelsea
it?
yet. No, I agree. I don't think it's the right signing to win the league, but Liverpool have loads of gaps in that squad when they won the league in the COVID years. They had so many gaps in that squad. They're never going to be the Man City perfect billion-quid squad. They're just not. I don't think it's as bad as people are making out. 1 point from 6. I don't count 3 of the points because they got robbed. Literally one of the worst robberies ever in football in Premier League history.
Agreed with you, but I agree with you completely. They did, and they should have 3 more points probably. Depending on how that game goes, I feel like the momentum, if that Diaz goal had stood, would have gone Liverpool's way. But they were robbed, and they don't have those points, so they needed the points today.
That's true. Yeah.
City on attack here.
This camera angle is weird.
What an
Just totally spooned it,
awful
isn't
pass that
it?
was.
This is what it was. He just got it all wrong.
He's kept it in
Keep the
Walker.
ball in.
Kyle Walker's done well there.
It was weird to see Liverpool start Salah. I didn't watch the Europa League game, but just seeing Salah started in it, I was a bit surprised. Thursday, Sunday thing's not good, man. Can burn players out doing that.
I think we need the other angle. We're missing.
Can we change the camera angle, Jack? Please.
Thank you. mate.
No, I still like Liverpool. I think they showed more mentality with 9 men than many big sides have shown in the Premier League this season. I thought they were fantastic with 9 men. They could have even won the game with 9 men. So I think they're really close to being.
Do you think
a
that
top
result?
side.
Do you worry for them that the result and the context of what happened to them at at White Hart Lane, is going to be a problem? Do you think it could? Sometimes when travesties of justice happen, you struggle to recover from it. You struggle. It affects you. It affects your form. It affects the way that you feel about the game. It affects your application. Do you think what we saw, like that blatant injustice that we saw at Tottenham against Liverpool, is going to affect? Do you think, for example, it had an effect on them today? Was there a hangover?
I think Brighton's a really tough away day, and
But
coming away
Brighton
from
are in
that-
terrible form, Booth. Chelsea have beaten Brighton in the cup, and they've conceded 6 to Villa.
Yeah, they're still punching into the European places. They're still a top side when they get on the ball, and they were good today, Brighton. You can't deny that.
But what do you think that there is any? Has the result at White Hart Lane had any bearing on the result today at the Amex?
Yeah,
Maybe a momentum type of thing.
That's what I'm saying.
And like going into it and the confidence and stuff.
Well, Curtis Jones not being available, is that a thing as well that we have to talk about?
Yeah.
The red card. If there's back to your question though, if there's one side in the world football, seriously, that I would want to give an injustice to see them bounce back from, that I'd put my money on them bouncing back from injustice, it would be Klopp. It'd be Liverpool.
Also,
They're
can we
backed
calm
against
down
the
a little
wall.
bit, with this injustice chat?
No, it's bad, man.
Everyone was going on like Liverpool, the only ones that have been fucked over this season.
No,
Come on, let's not be daft.
I honestly
here.
think we can't.
So many
no.
teams have been fucked over by these referees and by VAR.
The scale
and
of
it
what
happens to
happened-
Liverpool. Everyone starts talking about
bad,
replay.
mate. The scale of what
that's
happened in that
bullshit.
decision
I think
has
you
never
have
been
to-
seen before.
It
I've had
has been seen before.
Not that bad.
I've seen it.
No.
What,
I've
worse
seen
than
it
that for
throughout the
United?
season. Blatant decisions, not just United. I'm not
In
about
terms of the
just from a Manchester
scale,
United perspective.
no, we can even see it in the media. The amount of people covering it, even weeks after it's happened, a week after it's happened, it's the biggest. I think
see
it's the
bad
worst
decisions
decision
all day long,
No, it's
bro.
not. It's not about that.
But I think your
The scale of it.
your acceptance of it, simply by phrasing it like that, it happens to others. I don't think that's a helpful attitude. I think what we all need to do.
No,
really
I'm just
is
on about why is everyone going on about like
Because
people are
because
talking
of the
about all
scale of
sorts
it,
of
bro.
so-
Because the
because it's
scale
so
of it's so big.
But I've seen as equally bad decisions.
No, but
this season.
sometimes when you have seen equally bad decisions, presumably the refs think it's the right one at the time, whereas these refs knew it was the wrong one and persevered with it. That's why. Like, they knew it was wrong and they still gave it.
After a week of reflection, it's the worst decision in the history of the Premier League.
But
And you
that
can't.
wasn't
I
their
don't think many
decision.
can. Huh?
What
A
I mean by
linesman
that-
ruled that offside, and they carried on with it. It's the worst decision ever in the
listen to
league.
What I said.
What did you say?
The on-field linesman made the decision that it was offside.
Yeah.
The VAR said it was onside. The confusion that happened
get
there
how
was
it
the
happened.
communication lines of what was the on-field decision.
Yeah.
So they never purposely made the wrong decision.
I'm not saying that.
Like, you know what I mean?
They made a mistake.
They
No,
made the right
They
decision.
made a mistake,
It was
and the
communicated
mistake was made
incorrectly.
even more inflammatory
No,
by their referee. And
But
it's the worst individual mistake
hang on,
ever.
there's the crucial ingredient that's missing from this conversation is they then deduced that the wrong decision had been made.
Mm-hmm.
They then knew that everything had gone wrong. So they're watching it and they went, hang on, we've allowed play to continue. Liverpool have been robbed a perfectly
No, I know
good
exactly
goal.
what happened,
They
yeah.
then went, it's a perfectly good goal. And then they went, don't worry about it, carry on.
But they didn't say, don't
That's
worry
what-
about it. They went, fuck.
No,
A few, like, shit, or whatever they said, because
he swore, and then he
censored.
swore, and then he went, nothing we can do about it now.
Nothing we can do about that.
That's the rules that they have to abide by.
We then be a hero,
Yeah.
break protocol. Like, that's why it's being seen, and that's why Buvey's phrasing it as the most biggest injustice. That's why there's this all furore around it, because they knew it was terrible. They knew that it was incorrect. They knew
No, I
that
know.
a perfectly good
But I'm
goal had been
saying
disallowed, and
there's
they
been
still ruled
bad
it out.
decisions all around this season. They've not
Never like this.
Jesus.
Never
They
like
have.
this. They've never acknowledged that it was wrong and still given it. They've never acknowledged the wrong decision and still given a.
No, it's complete. It's ridiculous, man.
No, of course it is. It's fucking
No, but we
jokes,
can't dilute the
I'm not
nature
gonna
of that
start feeling
decision.
sorry for Liverpool, like they're the only ones to be fucked over.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's saying that. I'm not.
No.
Am I saying that who was it that got relegated because they didn't turn on goal line technology and stuff like that? And
United.
and you know, there's loads of decisions. I'm not saying United even have not had bad decisions against them. Of
Exactly.
course
I
you
don't
have.
remember no talk about a replay then.
Yeah, but because you can make it. You can make
if
an
you make
observation
it-
as a football fan that there's not been one for United as bad as that.
Mate,
But also the
Romero
problem is
caught the ball in the second game of the season.
the
bro. He
problem
got
is
robbed.
though, if you make it tribal,
Like, you
if
know how bad these
if you
referees
start
are?
making it about Man
Yesterday, he
United
took a
rather
free
than
But
kick.
somehow
No,
we
I'm
can't
not.
make it about United.
But if you make
mate.
it
But we
about
are.
Man United,
I'm saying the referees
if you
are
make
crap
it about
all round.
Liverpool, you're doing a disservice. So like this, there's a lot of noise being made here. There's a chance to actually enact some change. If you start going, I don't want them to get it fixed. I don't want them to have a replay because we didn't get one.
No, they
you're
shouldn't
doing
get
a
a replay.
disservice to it.
They shouldn't get a replay.
A replay will never happen. A replay will never happen. But I am backing the idea, the concept of a replay, because it's a way of making as much noise as
If that's
possible.
the case,
it's a way of
you need to
causing us-
replay a lot of things.
No, that attitude is so unhelpful.
Let's get
to it.
Drogba and that back
No,
out. It
that
was
attitude.
offside.
Okay, you're
It's
completely
a
missing
form
the
of
point.
protest at it. It's about saying
It's a
that,
form of protest.
it's a form of protest. Protest actually doesn't achieve much, but it's symbolic of something. Saying that there needs to be a replay is a lot of people high up in football saying there was a gross injustice,
It's
the
all-
biggest I've ever seen in the league. It happened last weekend.
It's not the biggest injustice.
In my opinion, it is.
I've never seen
Respectfully,
it.
it is.
It is as well.
You
I
see them
agree.
every week, bro.
No, but the
You
scale of
see
it,
those
the
bad
two
decisions
big,
They
every
never
week.
think.
The
They
scale
never
of it-
know it's wrong when they give it as wrong. To our knowledge, every time they've given a bad decision, they thought it was correct. In this example, they knew it was a bad decision. They gave it anyway.
Why did they release the audio? Why has there been millions of videos about it this week? I've never seen anything like it in
Because
terms
the
of a
fuss
single
that was
decision.
created around it, and they've started
Be-
releasing audio
because of-
anyway.
Why is there a fuss
They've
behind
started
it?
releasing audio
Okay,
anyway.
but
They have.
not many
They
at
have,
all.
bro. They do it on fucking Monday Night Football every week.
Not every week.
They do it
not every week.
It's
Bro.
not headline news every week.
Have they not been releasing audio?
Can you
pretty much
justifiably
every
say
week?
it's been headline news in the
I
same
think
way
as soon
other
as-
decisions have been?
As soon
No
as
way.
as soon as you start going, well, we've had bad decisions, or I've seen worse
No,
decisions.
my point. I didn't say that.
The point is, you need to back the idea now that something changes. Because if you go, well, we had a bad one, so they get a bad one, it'll be you next week. Whereas if now you go, okay, no more, this is an opportunity to enact some change.
That's exactly the point, I think.
No change is gonna happen.
Not with your
You have
attitude.
to
You're not gonna get a
believe
replay.
that
Not with that
as
attitude.
someone that loves football like you do, you have to sit there and believe that it can get better. Surely.
It's not going to get better until you change the referees.
And I
It's the
agree with that, by
referees
the
that
way.
have
But
fucking
I
done
agree-
it.
I do
It's
agree
these
with
same
you, by the way, bro.
referees.
Yeah.
By the way, Ref Support followed me on Twitter the other day. I think that's a bad idea for you guys.
That's part of that's part of the conversation.
It's like the referees are useless. It's these referees that made us, not me because I never wanted VAR anyway, but that made everyone go, we need VAR. Then we get VAR and we give it to these idiot referees
Yeah, but that's
that now not only go in real time with the wrong decision, then get extra cameras and extra views to look at it and go, that's the wrong decision.
But I mean, I think people agree. Yeah, okay, the referees have not done their job properly. I mean, it was a comedy, wasn't it? Like the way that they were so clueless about how to proceed. Like they were sort of caught rabbits in the headlights. They did not know what to do. The sheer bafflement on in the tone of their voices, the panic in their voices. They were clearly inept. But that's part of the point that we're saying. We need new refs. But yes, this is a travesty. And yes, we should be saying, let's give a replay.
We shouldn't be saying
not that a replay will ever happen. It's not about the 90 minutes being replayed. That will never happen. But we should be making as much noise as possible to make it as awkward
for the
refs to continue.
That rule in terms of, because this is the issue here, and I think you're losing it in no one needs a replay. But the rule that should be changed is, if there's a catastrophic mistake like that, they should be allowed to go back, even if someone has
that's just
I think
implied,
we saw it
isn't
the other day anyway. Like, I think in a game today, the ball got kicked and he went, hold on, wait a minute.
But that's just implied. That's just common sense. You know when you see a fire sign, it goes, do not break the glass. The rule is you're not allowed to break the glass. Unless you're on fucking flames, then you break the glass. You're not allowed to call the game back. Unless the game goes up in fucking flames, then you call the game back.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't about protocol. Be a hero. Just like make the right decision. Okay, you pulled the game back. You're not supposed to do that. But if you did that and the goal was given, it wouldn't have caused this appalling fallout that has happened now. So it's almost irrelevant whether you change that specific rule.
Spot on.
No, I think that's the rule that's the problem.
No, the rule isn't the
because
problem.
Because the referees made the right decision. Sorry, when they looked at VAR, they made the right decision. Did they not? They went, that's offside. But they thought...
Yeah, the communication was wrong.
They thought
Yeah.
on the pitch, they gave it as on, right? And they went, stick with your original decision. So they've gone...
Yeah, they didn't use enough language
our original
to explain
decision was
the guy
offside.
the idiot was wrong.
So really, the protocol needs to be, ask the referee to clarify what the on-field decision was before you make... Like, in cricket, they go through in-line, hitting... On-field decision was this, and they tick all the boxes. That's
but there's something
what needs
so
to
cheap
change.
about that. The real change needs to be the linesman gets it spot on first and foremost.
Yeah,
that's the real fucking change.
I think that's what I think as well. Do you know
that was very marginal.
But
the linesman's decision,
bro, that offside. I'd back you to get that. I'd be
wasn't marginal. We knew it.
Line, by the way,
time.
down the line.
It wasn't a tight one.
See his body behind the fucking guy. No way. This is Premier League
football. When games are moving though, and when football's moving, and
this is the problem with
you're
VAR,
a linesman moving down the line.
They're the elite referees in this country.
No, but listen to me. Again, just from a human perspective, if you're running this way and the defense is running that way and a striker's running that way,
so you're
it's
saying
very easy for you to get
then?
that's why VAR
if we
was about half a yard.
If we agree,
I also don't get why they don't use the Champions League.
Yeah, spot on about that. Linesmen are going to have a range of difficult decisions. Some are easy, like slow-moving strikers, someone from a corner, whatever, and some are going to be hard, like you're fair to say. The decision he actually had to make live was one of the easiest you'll ever get as a linesman. He was down the line. He wasn't catching up with play. It wasn't some end-to-end pass. It wasn't Alisson ball over the top.
Yeah.
It was a simple ball on the edge of the halfway line, and he got it wrong first and foremost.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is another problem with VAR though. This is another thing that's tapped into the problems of VAR because linesmen and referees are hiding behind VAR, so they aren't making the right decision. They're basically going, I don't know, let's give it. Yeah, it doesn't matter because basically they know that they have a safety net. They know that they don't really have to make a decision, which I think allows.
From day one of VAR, they should have got. If VAR's coming in, then get rid of linesmen. We don't need linesmen because they're getting it wrong. They're making the system more confused than
It's
ever.
another layer of human error, isn't it? It's another layer for human.
Eventually, get rid of the ref entirely.
You know where the problem comes from? You're ultimately. Everything's opinion based in it. Like with goal line technology or like with VAR in the Champions League, it becomes factual, doesn't it? Now they're asking for almost opinion of VAR or the referee or the lineman who is this offside with your bare eye or with a line or has he touched that or has he not? So then everyone's going to have different opinions on those.
Yeah.
Things. But it's not like
that's why VAR's wrong fundamentally.
That's the point. That's why VAR is wrong because football by its very nature
that's
is
why
subjective.
Technology can't work.
VAR is subjective. Certain things aren't. Did the ball cross the line is not subjective.
Yeah.
Fact. But should Kovacic have been sent off? I think yes. Someone else might think no.
If you were a ref, that's your perspective.
Exactly.
My perspective is you have a couple of challenges, let the game flow.
Exactly.
You always want 11v11.
I don't think. You know why I don't think challenges are the right way to go. Because what if one team has 4 mistakes made against them in a day and the other has 1? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's happening anyway. That happened in 1999.
but they only had
now.
2 challenges.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
All right, so now you have to just stick with those
Mate,
bad. It should either happen
It should
or not
simply
happen.
be VAR now should simply be used for. I mean, I just don't see why we need any help aside from goal line technology. We've tried it. It was a noble experiment.
It should be used if there should be a major referee. It says, right, Bernardo Silva's just punched Odegaard off the ball.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Goes to the screen.
Yeah.
Anything else football related should be his intuition as a football. Otherwise, we strip his experience as a referee.
Yeah, what's the
These
point?
referees aren't even referees anymore. All their experience
Well
has been
played.
completely diluted by VAR.
Yeah, I agree.
Well played, Doku.
It's painful. It's painful. But that's why I'm backing Liverpool. Like, I'm just backing. I'm backing the notion of
No,
change.
I have no problem with backing Liverpool or backing the plan for change. My point is, I'm not going to sit here and scream out for a replay when it's fucking stupid.
I don't think anyone here around the table wants
He said
an
to me,
actual
we should
replay.
back them for a
No,
replay.
you should back them for a
I
replay.
don't back them for a replay.
You should back them for
No,
a replay.
I shouldn't.
Because it's not about a replay. It's about what you're. It's about
So
what
then I
that
back change. I don't back
No, it's
there being a replay.
But the way that you make as much noise to
Nah.
enact change is by saying
Being bold.
disruption.
It's not
disruption.
sensible.
Create a
It's not
replay. Make the
sensible.
FA have to
It's
find
not
a.
sensible at all.
Yeah, but
I think you're
sensibility
missing the point on it.
Being sensible
The
doesn't make
point
anything
isn't
change.
the replay. The point isn't the 90 minutes being played again. The point is causing as much noise and disruption to the people who are making these incorrect decisions as possible. And the
But
way
you
that
have
you
to work
create,
with them to make.
and the way
like,
that you
I don't like
create that
refs here, but you
problem-
have to work with them to make the game better. What you're not going to do is one way you're not going to make it better is basically like going use like are all fucking, which they are, going use like are all idiots, use like fuck this up. Use like have to fix. It has to be a collaborative effort between everybody to fix it.
I agree
You're
with
not going to
But
be
that's
able
not
to fix
part
it
of the
just,
same thing. Yeah, agreed. Okay,
just by
fine.
going right. We're going to make you feel so bad, and we're going to hunt for this replay so much that eventually something's going to change. Like a replay is ridiculous, but there should be change. I agree with that. Like I
Yeah,
never
it's
wanted VAR
interesting.
in the first place, but I find a lot of criticisms of VAR are actually criticisms of referees and not of the tech.
I don't think
Like,
I
do you
don't
know what I
think
mean?
you'd find that around this table in particular. I think VAR actually makes referees worse. So I think the technology as an umbrella is massively disruptive in a
I
bad
can
way
see
to the
why you
sport.
think that. To be
Yeah.
fair,
It does. It because also they now show. Well played, blood.
Oh,
They now
But
show
Nunes.
responsibility. Yeah, Nunes, very
delicious.
lovely football.
Doku's
Do you think there's
definitely
a
made a
goal
big
in
game.
this, by the way? 78
Yeah.
minutes. Do
Doku just had Ben White on toast. You
Do
think
we
one more of
think-
those?
do we think that there is a winner for one team?
1-0
Do you
City.
think there is a winner coming?
1-0 Arsenal. Kai Havertz.
Fuck you know.
Be so typical. That's terrible. That is terrible.
Sorry, it's one pass, mate. He makes millions a season.
Yeah, no,
They're
of course,
delicious,
but it
right?
doesn't mean that one's not
Arteta's
terrible.
one of the
Yeah.
managers that you'd like. You know, if you slide tackle Tomiyasu,
And he got done.
You'd make sure
he's
Tomiyasu and you are going
Yeah.
into.
Did you see
Arteta,
Kevin De Bruyne have a bit of a thing with
Yeah,
him?
yeah, I like
pushed
that.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think De Bruyne had that in him, so I liked seeing that.
Oh, I don't think
I've
you can
always-
really be a professional footballer and not have at least an. I think there's a spectrum as to how much edge you have. And compared to other footballers, maybe you're not that edgy. But I think it's impossible to
Get
be a
that far
professional
without
footballer
having an edge.
and not have an edge. Yeah.
That
Oh,
touch. Who's that?
that Nunes
Nunes,
again.
Nunes, isn't it?
Jesus.
Nunes just took the midfield
Sent
for
him shot
Arsenal
for a
to
Ribena, really.
the corner shot
Lovely feet, isn't it?
for a Muller corner.
Jesus.
Do you remember £5 Munch? You ever watched that?
Yeah,
Prime
that
TV.
was
one.
Man up.
revolutionary, really.
Amazing.
And even like Uncle Payne. Shout out Lordy and Grime
Yeah,
Report.
Lordy and all that.
They changed the game.
I'm
man.
guessing he's an Arsenal fan, is he?
I don't know, who he supports.
He does a lot
Well,
of
it changed the
North
game.
London ones, doesn't he?
Like Uncle Payne was amazing with Big Nasty.
Big Nasty.
And I don't think Big
yeah.
Nasty, like obviously I listened to Big Nasty's music for years, but I don't think Big Nasty is as big of a character and a TV personality as he is now without Grime Report, without
1,000,000%.
Lordy, without Uncle Payne and that.
Million percent.
Like, it was so good. Uncle Payne was basically, people used to write into Big Nasty,
On
Like,
what? On what platform?
a YouTube channel called Grime Report.
You've
And they
seen
used
the
to write
meme of
into him
Big
saying,
Nasty going like,
Yeah,
laughing. Like that's where it's
Like
from.
he used to just
Right.
write, I've got a problem with my girlfriend XYZ, and Big Nasty would give him advice.
Great tackle.
That's a great tackle by Declan
Rice,
Rice.
man.
Great tackle.
It's a great
Oh,
tackle
what
as well. It's a
flip there.
back
It
heel
wasn't even a
tackle.
great
Guardiola.
tackle. He overran it
Back
really
heels-
weirdly,
yeah, but he did
Martinelli
really
did.
well with it.
What a
Back
little
heel.
flip. Was
Oh
that
yeah,
Guardiola?
to keep it moving. But
Guardiola's been incredible this
Martinelli,
game.
That was poor.
Busquets kind of tackled it.
Keep the ball now. The pressure's all on our. Do you know what? We'll take a 0-0. City all
I
day
don't
long.
think a draw is a bad result for you.
Great result.
They need to
Spurs.
start winning games against City, and they're not doing it at the
I
moment.
don't know, really.
Spurs, top of the league.
I think Tottenham probably need.
Both to lose.
No, I think Tottenham would need City to lose. They're never going to want Arsenal to win, but looking at it strictly from who's more likely
Oh, they need an Arsenal win.
They need an
wanna
Arsenal win.
It's their best start since they won the league.
Tottenham
you know that?
need it as open. Tottenham need it as the Premier League as open as possible.
They need 3 sides getting 80
4
points.
sides getting. Yeah. They need as many potential winners as possible.
They'll beat us. They can do it. They know they can beat us.
Yeah, they always
do it. It's their best start in a league since they won the league.
Is it really?
61. Yeah. So, and Madison, I don't know if you saw Madison. Again, it's always in the context of Luton, but...
The turn for the goal. Do you know what I saw it on as well? I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen like a fan video of it. You know, from the away end.
Yeah.
It's really like, you know, when because obviously you're so close at Kenilworth Road. The guys are filming it. You can basically hear them talking.
Really?
Yeah, it's fantastic footage. Yeah. Generally, I find people like videoing at football quite annoying, but this one I appreciate.
I'd say about Van der Ven's goal as well. Obviously, a nice little finish, but he's been incredible. What
Madison.
centre half?
No,
Van der Ven.
I thought he was on about Madison's.
But you know,
both,
for the
yeah,
goal.
also, you know
Amazing.
that partnership, like Romero Van der Ven. It feels like it's
He
building.
settled
something.
Romero as well.
Yeah. Well, he needed somebody good around him.
Van der Ven's so quick. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything
But I
like it.
also
that
think,
midfield,
you know,
it's like
Romero,
Alderweireld and Vertonghen, isn't it? It's kind of they got a proper-
Romero is a player that plays on the edge. Like, he's smashing someone constantly. Like,
Yeah.
and playing for Conte and Mourinho and that, maybe because they're kind of very controlled and slow. And when you're on the edge in a team like that, it's hard to. Now you're playing in a team that's just constantly back, attacking basketball, football. When you got a man that's just on the edge, it fits in a little bit with that, innit?
But also just having somebody good around him. Like those two,
that's a big part.
When you think about, look, I know even I don't really call it success, but for Tottenham, their period of success was based on a really good partnership at the back, wasn't it? In fact, it's been the case from day dot. Anytime they've looked half decent, they've had a good two.
It was Sol Campbell back in the day.
Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter whether it was, mate, even before Neil Ruddock and Gary Mabbott. Do you know what I mean? Like they've always had two.
Yeah.
And this Romero Van der Ven, Alderweireld, Vertonghen.
Mate, the left back. I mean, Danny Rose had that spell for Pochettino. If you're going to refer back to those greater sides, mate, this Udogie kid,
yeah,
unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I remember when we did the debate, and I know Spurs had started off well, but I remember Flav talking about Udogie, and I was like,
yeah, we'll see.
He's gone very early.
We'll see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see. No, he's
but
right.
he's looking right now.
Proper, yeah. How much did they spend on him? Do you know?
I'm not sure, bro.
Yeah, young as well.
Wasn't much, was it?
Really
20 mil, I'm guessing, something like that.
Really young.
Is that Party that's come on?
Yeah.
Coming up right back again.
15 mil they signed Udogie. 15 million.
Yeah.
That's enough. That's like the interest payments you pay on Mudryk every month.
Interest.
Huh?
They pay interest. We haven't loaned him.
Well, you're going to get a big loan soon, aren't you?
No, do you know the money for him though? Look. Obviously Mudryk has made some errors, but
there's a chance for Arsenal. Odegaard's in the box.
No,
he's got the ball to Gabriel Jesus.
Get up.
Just couldn't get into the 6-yard box.
Mate,
City
I
defended that 6-yard area really well.
End up a goal.
It's never a penalty.
Diving all over the place, man. What are you up to, man? You used to play for City. Diving against us.
Are they looking at this?
It's not. They have to, don't they? But
yeah,
it's
they
not
have
a
to.
penalty.
Yeah. He's got the ball. He's got the ball.
Hang on a minute.
Ooh.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute.
Honestly, lads, he got the ball. Look at this.
Hang on a minute.
Look at that.
He's
Got the
got
ball.
Gets the ball.
He's got the
Completely
ball.
takes the ball.
But the first camera angle, you didn't see.
Completely
Yeah.
takes the ball. It was a very good tackle.
Yeah,
I wish
game's
Nathan
already underway.
Ake had scored that chance he had very early.
We should have been winning this game.
He scored the winner against you in the cup.
It's probably been the best chance of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Nathan Ake one that was really early.
Did you see Spurs yesterday?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Madison's assist for the goal I thought was incredible. Like we said, Van der Ven's goal, 1-0, 10 men, albeit against Luton. But you got to credit their resilience. And at the moment, I know there's a period of time where everyone was criticising, they haven't played anybody. Beating Liverpool now as well, beating United, drawn with Arsenal.
Luton are rubbish, we know that. But last season, Spurs struggle against Luton. Maybe they still beaten with Harry Kane up front. I'm not saying that, but Spurs, there was an element of, of course we're beating Luton. This guy's an idiot, man.
We're playing
get back to your girls' bakery and go get your Pizza Express or wherever you eat, okay?
Whoa. Shots fired.
Sorry, there's nothing wrong with Pizza Express. I'm trying to think of something a bit more fancy than that. What's that fancy
Pizza
chain?
Pilgrims.
Yeah. No, but I like that. I respect that.
I like that.
It's decent. It's not like a
Franco
douchey.
Manca.
No, I like that as well. It's something like Five Guys, maybe?
No.
Gourmet Burger Kitchen, something like that.
GBK,
yeah, Jesus.
Oh, here we go. Arsenal in the box. Kai
Havertz. No.
Martinelli!
Oh my God.
I told you Arsenal are winning.
Oh my.
It's just not Kai Havertz. Taking a massive deflection of Nathan Ake.
86 minute, they've got the winner.
This is what we need. We need 2 teams ahead of
Oh
City.
my God.
It's a shame it's one of them's Arsenal, but
Oh my
that's what we need.
Oh my God.
Why are you cutting to me?
Thoughts, Buvey?
Cut to someone else.
I just can't believe
it is what it is.
I just can't believe it. Really makes me upset to see Jorginho celebrating. Mate, why are you so crap?
We weren't. We've not been great today, but we haven't been crap.
Been crap.
But look, they,
Fulham got a draw here.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, there's a lack of leadership here. There's a real lack
I
of
don't know.
leadership.
It looks like there's
City.
a lot of leadership going on.
Well, it's not. We're 1-0 down to these bottlers.
Doesn't mean there's not leadership. You can lose with leaders.
No, I'm making an observation. I think there's been a lack of leadership throughout the game from City in terms of getting on the ball and dictating things. I think there's been a lack of leadership. There has been.
Oh gosh, very fortunate goal.
Oh, I knew it was going in as well. I knew it.
Very fortunate goal. Is that going to be given as an own goal? Is it even on target?
It feels like an own goal.
Kai Havertz with an assist. Oh, yeah,
Hit
it's,
his
not going in.
face.
It's never going in without the deflection, is it? It's never going in.
We've not been good enough
Phil
today.
Foden do better there?
Pressing quicker, yeah.
I don't think you can blame
You know what
Ake.
it
It's
is?
just smacked him in the
Edison
mouth.
isn't even going to dive.
No, he's
I
got
think
the.
he gets it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're right,
Just
yeah.
going to step across
You're
and catch
stepping
it.
across, yeah. Yeah, well done, lads.
God, I hate Arteta.
Yeah, I can't stand him.
But that is a huge goal for us.
Huge win.
If 2 losses in the league within 2 weeks for City.
There'll probably be about 8.
I mean, 2 losses.
2 back-to-back
losses.
Premier
Back-to-back
League
losses in the league. And the last time City lost back-to-back league games was in December 2018.
What?
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Did you win the league that year?
Yeah. But that was like the bounce off of. After that, we
2018.
went on a 16-game winning streak or something like that. But yeah, December 2018, last time we won lost back-to-back league
We've
games.
got a Spurs Arsenal title race, haven't we?
No.
Come on, last-minute draw here. Come on, lads. Give me something,
Only
please.
Liverpool had won. What are they playing at? Liverpool and City. Let me.
As
Go on,
it stands,
Phil.
Spurs are top of the league on 20 points.
It's a fucking foul.
Spurs are top of the league on 20 points with a 10-goal difference, plus 10-goal difference. Arsenal, second on 20 points with a 10-goal difference as well. The only difference is they've scored 2 less goals than Spurs. And City would be on 18 points
Disgusting, man.
with Liverpool on 17.
I'm choosing not to bring that up.
Ben White just totally embarrassing Doku
Did he make him?
Yeah,
badly.
that was grim, man.
No one shouted Megs.
I did that to Chris MD midweek twice. It was amazing. Not make them twice. Oh, amazing.
Oh, do you play in his game?
No, we played in our game.
Oh.
Yeah, not make them twice. Oh, Doku got sent to the shops there.
Yeah, we
For a
can't
£5
we can't have
munch.
City winning 4 in a row.
Tottenham, Arsenal. Oh, this is bad.
But this will wake City up, I think. I think it'll really wake City up.
Well, I mean,
Mate,
you got
I'm gonna
1
be-
minute left.
No.
Yeah, I mean, is it an observation for the rest of the season?
You would have thought Wolves would
I
have
thought
done that.
Wolves would have done that.
Well, it did. We did, actually. We beat Leipzig.
And what?
Who did you beat?
So what?
Who did you two beat in the
So
Champions
what
League?
happens? You
How did
get
Galatasaray
inspired,
go,
you
lad?
lose, go and get
How
inspired.
did
for the next-
Galatasaray go, lad?
Mate, you're only as good as your last game. We won ours. So I don't
Yeah.
know what you're
Brentford.
talking about.
Yeah, you've been, well,
Saying that, you were
you've been
losing at
s-
this
you've been-
stage of
yeah.
the game.
and
Yeah.
you're
So, yeah,
slagging off
true.
McTominay for the last 3 years I've known you, mate.
Mate,
4
I'm
years,
not going
haven't
to change my mind on him being shit.
you just
because
scored.
he's
Okay,
shit, but
you just scored 2 winners for you, or a winner.
right now he's all good.
No.
Oh, this is a disaster.
It's about time they win a game against us, isn't it?
So, as I was saying
No,
before,
but mate, the statement with this win.
we were
It's not
talking
that
about
big.
Spurs,
It's that big.
and this result is very, very, very important for Spurs as well as Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't think
Like we said,
need
they're
to
both
talk
top
about,
of the league. We do need to
We
talk
don't need to
about
talk about
Spurs.
Tottenham as potential league win.
We do.
Of course we don't.
We do. They're top of the league.
That,
If we're going to talk about
top of the
Arsenal as
league
that,
after like 8 games.
they've performed the same as Arsenal.
You know, if the Ange
They haven't got a
Postecoglou,
squad.
if Ange Postecoglou's system
only
works
got to
for
play
2,
one
3
tournament.
years, they'll win a league before you.
They've only got to play one
No,
tournament.
but for real.
Yeah, mate, I don't know what to say. I can't explore Tottenham winning the
They've got
league.
to play one tournament.
Okay, I know. Look, we often at this stage of the season have an anomaly at the top of the league. Like,
That's true.
I don't know what to say about Tottenham winning the league. There is no title.
Are you
race for them.
impressed with them?
Yeah, playing really well. Playing really
What-
well. Postecoglou's getting it right.
You don't think they can win the league? What can they do?
Top 4?
Yeah.
Champions League football.
Still got Ben Tanker to come back into the team as well. I think that would be huge for them, especially in that midfield area. It probably means they'll
Well,
rely
start with
less on Højbjerg.
Will he start?
But Harry
How's there
Kane
only
leaving,
4 minutes?
them coming in, and I know what you're saying, Rory. A bit like,
Come on.
I love how fuming you are about it.
Fucking move it, man.
It's like Arsenal beating Chelsea.
Tottenham and Arsenal.
Oh,
What are you
shite,
doing?
man.
He's so fast as well.
Fucking
Give him a
shite,
chance.
man. Who was that? Nunes into him, man. Fucking no cohesion in
Booted it
midfield.
out.
Fucking shit, man.
I think
Odegaard's cheerleading's a wind
Yeah,
up as well.
he's a dickhead, man.
no, but Arsenal fans are special like that. They'll react to that. They won't. They need that.
Yeah, they need it.
They need to be told what to do. I think Spurs very much could be. You look at their next 5 fixtures anyway. Fulham home, Palace away, Chelsea home, Wolves away, Villa at home. That could be 13 points.
Who's that? Tottenham's fixtures.
I think if they get 13 to 15 points out of them.
Who wins the league first, Chelsea or Spurs?
Chelsea. You just.
I'm just wondering.
So I think Spurs could have more chance this season.
Well, Tottenham won it in 61. so the answer is basically everyone other than Tottenham.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but before Abramovich, you'd only won 1. And this is a brand new owner. That's why I'm bringing up the owners, because Abramovich was incredible.
Yeah. But he's
not there anymore.
If I'd asked you who's more likely to win the league, Chelsea or Arsenal, then in 1998,
Yeah.
you'd have said Arsenal. You'd be right.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
Chelsea went 50 years.
That's why I bring up the
time.
ownership, because the ownership's so bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That maybe Spurs with a bit of Postecoglou
No, but hang on,
stability.
they hate their owner. It's all gone quiet.
Let's say Spurs.
ENIC out, Daniel Levy.
Yeah, but his owner, their owner apparently is doing okay. I mean, some good signs this
Let's
summer.
say-
Madison's a genius.
So they've had
signing.
one good summer. So all the protests, ENIC out, Daniel
No,
Levy,
no,
Joe
that's-
Lewis this,
Mate,
Joe
let's
Lewis
just
that.
say- let's just say he had one good window.
Come on.
What?
If someone says that to you about Bowley or someone says that to me about the Glazers, I'll get pissed off because it's
No,
it's not. It's
wait,
not.
Says what? What
You
have I
can
said?
you can still criticize your owners and be happy with players that you sign.
No, that's not what I said. All I've said.
No, but
is-
you said what happened to the protests?
no.
Because
It's
they've
because
signed.
Buvey said that the owners are doing well.
Oh, did he?
I said
What?
they're doing well in terms of transfers. I don't care about the ownership apart from that. I'm saying Madison's a good. He's a good.
Part of the reason,
Vicario.
and what I'm saying is part of the reason that Chelsea can't win the league.
Sorry, I didn't hear him.
Part
say
of the
that.
reason that Chelsea can't win the league is because of our ownership.
Yeah, that was just a question.
Tottenham have had like a major issue with their owner for the best part of 2 decades.
I don't think they will
true.
win it right now, but they could put themselves into a position where they get to January, and let's say they're in and around City still, or even ahead of them still. They've been linked with Ivan Toney as well. Let's say they buy Ivan Toney, then gives him a striker. You add a striker like Toney into that mix, and now you got Richarlison on the bench. You got Maddison, Son, Kulusevski. That's a front
Brennan
four.
Johnson.
You got Basuma playing in the midfield.
Sar's been amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't need to bring up the
Dogi and
ownership
that at
because of
fullback.
the strategic transfers they have made recently. There's been a lot of flops. You're bang on. But I'm just saying this summer, it looks like they got the manager right. They got Madison right. They got Van de Ven. Vicario looks spot on.
I think we just also acknowledge it's quite early, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Don't get me
Nuno
wrong.
Espirito Santo was manager of the month.
No, of course, yeah. But I do feel a little bit. I think there's something positive building it. I don't think they're going to win the league. I think they'll get top 4, top 5, and I think
I think
maybe
as well.
go latter stages of the FA Cup. But
I mean,
it's a big difference.
they're already out
City
over.
have lost. Sorry, 1-0 against Arsenal. Martinelli's deflected effort,
Fuck his face.
giving them the win. Buvey reaction.
Yeah, look, fair play to Arsenal. It's their first win in many, many years against City in the league. I think it's Arteta's first ever win against City as a manager. So fair enough. They're in the big boy leagues now. Let's see if they've got the 3 points against City, if it means they'll actually win a league title for the first time in 20 years. For the first time since I was 9 years old. For the first time since there's been a new Labour government. Let's just see if they win the Premier League title. Let's just see.
There's no Twitter back then either.
No Twitter, no Facebook, lads. VHS was still a predominant
We're using
media
Bebo.
format. Okay.
High five.
So they didn't know anything about winning the league. City have been far more successful in the Premier League. Let's see what happens.
I cannot believe it. No, I can't believe it. I really can't. I think, do you know what it does? Because not only is this huge for Arsenal, but it demonstrates a vulnerability in City. As soon as City are without Rodri, they can't really get it right.
You said it last season.
Can't
And we were
really
lucky
get it
nothing
right.
happened to him.
Like Rodri, you take Rodri out of that team, they basically don't have an answer. That's really troublesome, really problematic.
Yeah, Haaland was invisible. Alvarez invisible. Foden struggled to influence the game in a position he wants to play. He was given license today to pop into midfield. Kovacic, again, lucky to be on the pitch. Maybe.
Do you think you need to maybe trust Calvin Phillips and play somebody in the position that Rodri? Because basically, when Rodri's not there, they don't play a Rodri, and it's costing them. They lose without Rodri to Wolves. They lose without Rodri today. They need an answer to
I think the answer will be if Stones was fit, I think we'd play the back 4 and then put Stones instead of Rico Lewis. I think Stones is the closest thing we've got to Rodri. I know it's crazy as a centre-back, but Calvin Phillips, he's just not at that level. Maybe I'm wrong.
You know, I love it. Foden's still smiling.
No, they're arguing.
City
I
still
think.
win the league.
I
No,
think
he was
he's
he was
arguing.
smiling.
Was
at
he?
that. City still win the league.
We lost to Spurs.
But it is an interesting result, especially for the way the table will go. Like we said last season, Arsenal never managed to get a victory over over Manchester City. Sorry, and now they have done, which could be huge for their title chances. But yeah, what a game!
There we go. What a game! Massive 3 points for Arsenal. Disaster-ish for Man City. Let's see how they react. Into the international break, the feel-good factor at Arsenal could not be better. Going into the international break off the back of a victory on a weekend where Liverpool dropped points as well. If you're a Gooner, you're over the moon. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you so much to Super 6. We are over the moon. Oh, there's a fight. There's a fight. Erling Haaland's fighting. We're going to watch this in great detail. But we will say goodnight to you. Thank you so much. And thank you to Super 6 for sponsoring us. We are delighted. Make sure that you join the Club Mini League. All you do is download the Super 6 app and go over to our mini league, which is Club 23. Make sure that you join us there. Thanks again to Super 6. Remember, it's totally free to play. We will see you on the next stream in a bit.
Yo.